Okay, Kingster is a mad lad. Kingster. We weren't even started. As you can see by the top, the mad lad already sent over 69 freaking smackaroos. Jesus, man. Thank you so much, man. Oh, I'm shocked already. We haven't even started. Oh, how's everyone doing? You guys watch that iRacing Pro Invitational Series race? How about Timmy Hill taking home the win with the Logitech wheel on the desk? The poor man's setup, showing that you don't need top-tier equipment or a space shuttle to win an iRacing race against some of the league's best. That was exciting to watch. But we are not done with the racing action today. In fact, we are just getting started. We are going to be running a simulated running of the 2020 O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 at Texas Motor Speedway in the NASCAR Cup Series. We are going to get started with that in just one moment. Right before we get started, we got to give a huge shout out to all our very generous supporters that help make these streams and videos possible. First and foremost, Adria Fitzy, Jay Barker, Drive Through, Kingster Cole, Tango Wolf 09, and Bloxysaurus Rex for your support through Patreon, as well as Spider-Man Fan 02, Tango Wolf 09, Kingster Cole doing double duty, and Bloxysaurus Rex as well for your support through YouTube membership. And once again, Kingster. Let's get a Kingster MVP in the chat. Holy cow, catching us way off guard before we're even started with 69 big ones. Nice. 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 All right, so I'm sure you are all tired of waiting. And wait no more. We are about to get started. So we are rocking our Fox ticker. We got the, we're using the same car set that we used at Atlanta for the most part. There's a couple cars that are different, but for the most part it's the same. Let's just restart this. Accelerate. So about like 30 seconds to go. There we go. Alright, so who's everyone's pick to win today's race in the simulated running of the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 at Texas Motor Speedway? So here is the qualifying order. We have the winner from Atlanta, Kevin Harvick, starting on the pole in the number 4 car. Then we have Joey Logano in the outside row in second place, Alex Bowman in third, Denny Hamlin fourth. And it looks like Chris Buscher there in the 17 is starting fifth. Brad Keselowski is sixth. Kyle Larson seventh. Then we got Kyle Busch starting eighth. The Kyle's in the fourth row. Looks like Clint Boyer's ninth. And then Jimmy Johnson is starting 10th. And that is it for the top 10 starting order. Let's go back up to the front. Who is everyone's pick? Jimmy Jam. Jimmy Jam. Well, he's starting decent. He's in the top 10 in this race. So, Jimmy Johnson might be able to pick up a victory. Who knows? We will see. Alright, now that we are all settled in, I make sure I got everything going. Let's get some shout-outs in. First off, let's start with Twitch. VCM, Generic Walmart, Bromentium, how are you guys doing? Over on YouTube, we got Dale Nelson, JJ48, Fan NASCAR, Meme, Mechanized Chaos, Kingster Cole. Match A wants donation. Jace, no! Kingster, make sure you have money for yourself, buddy. Busted Nichols, appreciate you tuning in. Howard, even though you just got timed out. Even though you spam a lot. As long as you're not spamming, I'd love to have you in the chat. Alright, we are about to get green with the 2020 O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 at Texas Motor Speedway. We are green. Kevin Harvick gets a good jump as he dives down into turn 1, pushed by Alex Bowman. That is a big, massive train down on the bottom line. They are all just bumper to bumper. Meanwhile, Joey Logano fell back big time, as did most of the rest of the cars in that outside line. Kingster! What note if you'll get? Well, you got the Cale Yarborough one. Making the engine rev noises. Thank you for the $2. Thank you so much, man. Meanwhile, Harvick leads lap 1. Dive down into turn 1. Bowman still right on his bumper. Oh, Bowman make a move to the inside. Can he get his nose underneath him? Down to the bottom of turn 3. He can. Can Bowman get a good run? It looks like he can. Here comes Alex Bowman to lead lap number 2. We've already had 2 laps, 2 leaders. What's up, Thomas? Busted. Nascar Memer Donovan. I apologize if I miss anyone in the chat. Certainly ain't intentional. Alright, we got Chris Buscher with a strong running so far, running in 3rd place. With drafting help from Alex Bowman and then Kyle Larson behind him. But don't look now. We got Chris Buscher making a move to the inside. Alex Bowman leads that lap, but barely. Looks like we're going to have a lead change going into turn 1. Looks like Chris Buscher's able to take away the lead. They are nose to nose. They are bumper to bumper. Neither one having the advantage on the backstretch. They're still pretty even. If Chris Buscher can get a good run in turn 3, he might lead this lap. Here comes Chris Buscher. He leads that lap just barely. So 4 laps can complete 3 leaders already. This is a massive drafting train. I don't think we have anyone really fallen off from the pack yet. I think John Hunter Nemechek is in the last place. Hold on, let me check. Actually, we do have some stragglers. Rick Ware, the 52, is last place, and he's not really too far back. He's not that slow, so hopefully we shouldn't have too many lap cars getting in the way. Meanwhile, we got Kyle Larson moving up to the front. What's up, Brenston? John Joseph Trop. What's up, Trop? The old 720 Studios. IDK, what is up, buddy? Mark Bancroft, Mitchell Collins, Mech. Alright, so that is Kyle Larson leading that lap. 6 laps complete, 4 leaders already. Kyle Larson getting a pretty big jump. Oh, time that camera change a little off. So Kyle Larson out front now. Looks like he might lead lap 7 and 8. Or 6 and 7, excuse me. Here's Joey Logano. Charging back on the inside. Joey Logano had that bad restart on the outside line, but he's down to the inside. He's working his way back up to the front. Meanwhile, Kyle Larson's still able to maintain the lead. Let's go on board with Kyle Larson. Take a look looking back at his rear cam at the rest of the field as they come out of turn 4 onto the front stretch. Start of lap 9. I'll remind everyone, this is a 500 lap race. Where is Suarez? He is 33rd right now. So Kyle Larson's still with a big lead. The 96 is in 3rd place, 33rd place, excuse me. Let's go on a helicopter cam for a lap or so. You can take a look at how this field kind of spreads out in the turns and then gets their runs going down the straightaways. Doing fine. How are you, Alan? Thanks for tuning in. Mr. Boo Man. Man, Kyle Larson off to a big lead right now. He's led the most laps so far. Can anyone catch him? Use those drafting lines to catch Kyle Larson. Yeah, this is a 500-mile race, so this is going to be a long one. Shouldn't be too long if we stay green. Here comes Bowman charging back. He wants He wants that lead back. Does Alex Bowman. Trying to time those camera switches perfectly. Let's get a good look as they roar down to the backstretch. Look at that pack, still just super close together after 11.5 laps completed. Major draft, but Larson still out to a dominating lead right now. He's able to kind of separate from that pack just by 4 or 5 car lengths. We got Chris Buscher continuing his strong running in the 17 car. He is trying to work his way up there. He's got a push from Elgato. Let's take a look at the spectator cam so we can get a wide shot of this field as they roar down into turn 3. Onto the front stretch. Bowman charging back to the front. He's looking to take the lead away from Kyle Larson. Larson's still out front. He's able to... One of the drivers that in recent years it's kind of fallen victim to this new aero package. He's able to stay out front of this drafting line and continue to lead this race. Start of lap 15. What boy? Adam. How do I decide the ratings for the cars? That is a program called N-Ratings. You You can take the data from real-life races and import it into the game and utilize that as the ratings. Just Google NR2003 N ratings. The N ratings is all one word. So, yeah, hopefully that helps. It's pretty easy once you install it. Just make sure you can find your game install. Then you go to that. You pick a... You have to make sure you pick a roster first, a car set in the in-game. You have to make sure you have your roster all compiled together, and then you go into N ratings, you pick your roster, then you select all the drivers in that, then you hit a button to go to import ratings from real-life data. Then you can choose which year, which series, which race is. You can use multiple years, a single race, multiple race. To decide what ratings you want to use. For these ratings, I use the 2020 year and then the first 4 races. I mean, while I'm rambling about ratings, we got Alex Bowman taking a peek to the inside for the lead. So you're going to be able to take the lead away from Larson? Not quite. But if he has the inside, going into turn 1 here, Bowman's going to have the advantage. What's up, Holden? Busted Knuckles. I apologize if I missed anyone in the chat. Bowman fighting back with Larson, trying to take that lead away. Looks like he's going to have the advantage. He's going to have Larson cleared. Here comes Chris Buscher into second place. Let's get a wide shot as I go down into turn 1. Alex Bowman runs a little wide and turns 1 and 2. Is that going to leave the bottom open for Chris Buscher? He's not able to get there yet. Hashtag drive-through. Alright. Let's get that trending. Can you do a race without N rating? I could try. I'd maybe do a different series for that, though. Maybe a spec series. Let's go on board with second place car Chris Buscher as he's sitting right behind the leader, looking to get a good run and take the lead away from the 88 car. Alex Bowman having a strong race so far. Let's see how far back. The 52 is 18 seconds back already, so he's gonna probably go a lap down here in about 10 laps or so. Let's go on board with Alex Bowman. Let's get a shot looking back at the rest of the field. Hello, Nikki, Julian, Nascar 18, Aiden. Appreciate you all tuning in today. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed that NASCAR Invitational race earlier. It was certainly fun watching the Pro Invitational Series. Seen Timmy Hill win with the Logitech wheel on the desk. We got a possible pass for the lead here. Got Chris Buscher looking to be either the 5th or 6th leader of this race already in only 22 laps. He's able to complete the pass, but he's got Harvick nipping right on his heels. Right as Buscher takes away the lead, Harvick's threatening to take it away from him. Stanley Bick, how are you doing? Got Chase Elliott up front. Got Bubba Wallace up to the top 10. Having a strong performance so far. Matt DiBenedetto just outside the top 5. Got Harvick peeking to the inside. Is he going to make a move? Not quite yet. He doesn't have the spot yet. Once he gets a run, he'll stick his nose underneath and try to take away that bottom line. I'm guessing the fuel run for these cars at this track is somewhere around 60 to 70 laps. So somewhere between the 60 to 70 lap mark is where I'm guessing we'll start to see green flag pit stops. Yeah, that was fun watching Timmy Hill win that race. So no single leader has been able to pull away just with the drafting. With this current aero package, just no one's able to pull away from the rest of the field. They just get to the lead and then just 2nd, 3rd, 4th place just sucks up and takes the lead away after a few laps. Speaking of the devil, here's Harvick looking to the inside. Not quite able to get his nose there. You can see, I believe it's JJ Yaley in the 52 car off in the distance, probably about 5 or so laps away from going a lap down. He'll be the first car to go a lap down. So far, a strong running for a Harvick. As much as everyone has been kind of filtering in and out of the front of the pack, he's kind of been consistently up there most of the time. As has Bowman. Kyle Busch peeking to the inside of Alex Bowman for 3rd place. Meanwhile, we have Harvick peeking to the inside of Chris Buscher. Is he going to be able to take away the lead here in turns 3 and 4? Is Harvick going to lead this lap? Yes, he does. Harvick back to the lead. Harvick, who won the simulated race we did at Atlanta. Bowman won last week. Bubba Wallace lost in the last few laps in a heartbreaker. He had a massive lead, but then had to pit in the closing laps. So Harvick back to the lead. They're closing up on the 52 car. He's going to be going a lap down shortly. Question is, how cleanly can the field get by him? Are they going to have any issues getting by him? Will that lead to any cautions? Hopefully not. Let's go on board with Kyle Busch, who's in his best position of the race so far, up to 3rd place. Charging up on the leaders. He's definitely closing in. Got Alex Bowman peeking to the inside. Could this be another lead change? Nope, Harvick's able to get the run on the outside. Meanwhile, while Bowman stalled out a little bit, that allows Kyle Busch to close in. But Busch runs wide, and that allows Kyle Larson and Matt DiBenedetto to get underneath him and take away those positions. Meanwhile, back up front, Harvick continues to lead, but they are quickly closing in on the first car to go a lap down to this race, the 52, which I believe is J.J. Yaley, at least in this game. When do you guys think the first caution's going to come out? I want to see some predictions. Give me a lap number in the chat. Here comes the 52. How cleanly are they going to get by him? They're catching him right in the turn. That's not good. Harvick needs to get underneath him right here in order to not... Oh, he's able to do so. As long as he's underneath him, that should allow the rest of the cars on the bottom line to get underneath the 52 as well. Hopefully, they shouldn't get too stalled out here. Cars on the outside line are going to get trapped a little bit, but... yeah, that's going to come at the expense of Bowman and... oh, no, Bowman's able to get down underneath. So far, so good. Cleanly getting by him. Boyer's kind of trapped underneath him, or behind him. Can he get down to the inside here, make it 3 wide? Nope, he's losing a bunch of spots. Boyer needs to dip down behind Blaney here if he doesn't want to lose any more spots before Bowman gets up there. Not Bowman, Bubba. I don't know why it's called Bubba Bowman. 2 B names in the Cup Series. So Boyer continuing to get trapped by... oh, it's BJ McLeod. Excuse me, it's not JJ Yaley. So the 52 is currently a lap down. He's the first and only car a lap down right now. Boyer's trying to get by him. Can Boyer get by him on the outside? Nope, he continues to lose ground. Meanwhile, Jimmy making it 3 wide. Is Jimmy going to go 3 wide to get past the 52? He is. And the 14 still unable to get by him. He's lost so much ground. There he goes. Let's go on board with our Goodyear helicopter camera as we continue to see the field trying to make their way past the lapped car of BJ McLeod in the 52. Looks like the pack is mostly by him. Just a few stragglers that still have to pass him. Meanwhile, let's go back up to the lead. There we go. Kevin Harvick continues to lead Matt DiBenedetto in his best position of the race and sitting in second position. Matt DiBenedetto currently racing in his underwear back home. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, go follow him on Twitter and you'll see exactly what I was referencing. So we are currently 10% into this race. So we are past lap 33. So we are past the 10% mark. Meanwhile, here comes Logano. Looking to get up to the lead. Mark 63, Foxy, Brian, Elite. Appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks for clicking on the video. We have not had a caution yet. The 4 is still in the lead. Joey Logano and Kyle Busch are closing in, though. Let's go on board with Kevin Harvick looking back at second place. Joey Logano checks up just ever so slightly in the middle of 3. That lets Harvick get a decent gap going. Adam says 52 for the lap of the first caution. If you haven't guessed yet, I want to hear everyone's predictions for what lap you think the first caution might come out. Last week at Homestead, we went like 90% of the race without a caution. And then just a random one came out at the very end. Kyle Busch making a move on his rival, Joey Logano, for second place. Just able to complete the pass. He'll have the advantage going into 3 here. With a help, the push from his teammate behind him, Denny Hamlin. Let's go on board with Denny as he's trying to push his teammate up to the front. Oh, right when I say that, he makes a move underneath him for second place. Denny up to second place. Meanwhile, they're catching the second car that'll go a lap down of the race. 51 of, I believe that is Garrett Smithley. Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch fighting side by side for second place. Let's see the advantage the inside line has there. By the way, I turned the game volume up a little bit before this broadcast. Let me know if it's too loud. I can always turn it down a little bit. NASCAR Sonoma, thank you so much for the host over on Twitch. I appreciate it. And here they come up on the second lap car of the race, which is going to be Garrett Smithley in the 51. It looks like Harvick might catch him on the backstretch, which will be the best case scenario, unless he can't get there in time and it's turn 3. Oh, he's going to catch him in turn 3. Oh, he caught him in the turn. That's going to slow up Harvick a little bit, but that's allowing the rest of the field to catch back up. Harvick gets underneath him to the inside. Hell yeah, you love to see it. So proud of my boy Ed for getting 300K. Doing it for Dale. And the rest of us shrimps and YouTubers.
Good job, Junebug!
Hey! Thanks, Kingster, for the $2. Good job, Junebug. Continuing to follow the 51 as the field tries to get by him as he goes a lap down. Thanks so much, Kingster. I appreciate it. Good job, Junebug. Kyle Busch is stuck behind. Meanwhile, up front, we got looks like a move for the lead. Here comes Denny Hamlin looking to lead his first laps of this race. I'm assuming, what's up, Elite Soulfly? Appreciate you tuning in over on Twitch, doing dual platform. So Denny leading his first laps of the race. We got Ross Chastain, who's subbing in for Ryan Newman up into the top 5. Let's go on board with Ross Chastain in the Castrol Ford. Alex Bowman starting to peek underneath Denny. Here's the inside line with the advantage. Denny's going to get shuffled up to the outside, and it looks like Bowman's going to make a move for the lead. Coming into turn 2. So continue to ride on board with Ross Chastain in the number 6 car. Let's go up with Alex Bowman as he just took the lead over. Oops, wrong button. There we go. So we have a look on Alex Bowman's rear cam. As Kyle Larson makes a move underneath him. Here's the side camera on Alex Bowman. This is the battle for first place right here. You're on board with Alex Bowman, and Kyle Larson is threatening to take away the lead on the inside line. You can see the advantage the inside has in turns 3 and 4. Oh, they almost get together. Chastain continuing to push on that inside line. Kyle Larson back to the lead. Ross Chastain up to second place. Frost can get underneath the 42 here, he can lead some laps. So we are already, this time by 50 laps complete with the 2020 O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 at Texas Motor Speedway. Here we got Ross Chastain looking to the inside. He's got a push from Joey Logano. Is he going to have a decent run going on the backstretch? It's still going to be the outside line that has the better advantage, but the drafting's a little bit better on the inside line right now. Is Kyle Larson going to come down and clear him? Yes, he does. Ross Chastain continuing to strong running in second place. Let's go back on board with him. As he moves up out of the groove, it looks like he's going to get passed by Joey Logano here. As he has to check up in the outside groove in turns 1 and 2. He's going to get a decent run down the backstretch here. Can he clear Logano again? Now that the tires are starting to fall off, you can see that they're getting a better advantage on the outside line and coming out of turn 2. Yeah, he's continuing to get past. Go on board with our Goodyear blimp, helicopter, whatever you want to call it. Matt DiBenedetto up into third place. Stenhouse Jr. back in about 7th spot in the 47 car. He's basically been in the top 10 most of this race. So we are already, this has been a quick 53 laps. So the halfway point will be about lap 167. Oh, Joey Logano with a big move to the inside. Side by side for the lead. How many lead changes have we had in this race already? This is incredible. And it looks like Larson just barely led that one. But not for long, as Logano is going to have the advantage going down into the bottom of turns 1 and 2. But Larson, with those older tires, might have a... If he had some drafting help, he might have had the advantage on the outside there, but he was all by himself. Meanwhile, Logano has help from DiBenedetto, Ross Chastain behind him. He's got Stenhouse Jr. looking to be in his best spot of the race. So far, he's up into 4th place, is Stenhouse. So we've still got about 20, 25 cars in this lead pack. From like Joe Hunter Nemechek on up. That's about 27 cars or so. I mean, Joe Hunter Nemechek was still in that lead draft, and he's in 27th spot right now. Let's see where he is this time by. Yeah, there's basically 27 cars still in this lead pack at Texas. Then, who is that behind Joe Hunter Nemechek? That's Ty Dillon. Looks like he's the first car starting to straggle off of this lead pack. Oh. Nope, that was the 51 I saw. Never mind, Ty Dillon's way farther back. Back up to the leader. Whoever the lead, I think is Harvick. Nope, not Harvick. It's Logano. That's right. Logano leading as we approach lap 60. I think in the next 15, 20 laps max, we should be seeing our first round of green flag pit stops. And based on previous trends, that's usually when the yellow flags tend to happen, is when the cars are coming in and out of the pits. There's another car they're starting to come up on. Looks like the 00 of Quinn Hoof. He will be the 3rd car to go a lap down once I catch him. So far, 60 laps in, only 2 cars not on the lead lap right now. Since there's still 27 cars in this lead draft, there's lots of cars that are able to basically stay with this lead pack. Side by side for second place, but DiBenedetto gets the better run going on the backstretch. Logano continues to lead as they're about to complete lap 60 this time by. We should be seeing green flag pit stops in no more than 15 laps or so, so that's when the action usually tends to pick up. Especially during the Atlanta race we did. That was when the most cautions came out, was during the rounds of pit stops. When there'd be cars coming in and off the track, out of the pits. Excuse me. Here we got Matt DiBenedetto taking a peek to the inside. Is he going to be able to lead some laps? Keep in mind we're on old tires, so the inside line doesn't have quite the advantage as it used to in turn 1 here. But Logano also doesn't have any drafting help. He's able to stay clear for the lead. DiBenedetto has to check way up, and Larson and Chastain catch him, but Logano catches Quinn right in the middle of the turn. He has to check up a little bit before he gets clear of him on the inside. This bottom lane's able to clear the lapped car. I swear, what the heck is going on? There's a congestion. It's not the C word, I swear. So let's go on board with Matt DiBenedetto as he continues to try to take the lead away from Joey Logano. Right on his bumper. Did you guys see Ryan Blaney basically flat out dump Kyle Busch in that iRacing race? Here comes Kyle Larson, charging back to the front. Logano continuing to lead. I can't imagine it'll be much more than 10 laps or so before we're getting into our first round of green flag pit stops. The 00 continuing to cause problems back here for the cars trying to get around him. Especially in the turns. Kurt Busch is just stuck. He just can't quite get his bumper underneath him, and they continue to lose ground. As long as they're stuck behind the 00. Kurt and everyone else in that inside line, or outside line, desperately trying to get past him. We might see a caution here. Oh! Speaking of lap traffic, or pit stops, here we go. We got cars coming into the pits. Our first signs of pit stops. Logano, Larson. Ooh, Christopher Bell's already in. Larson, Stenhouse, Eric Jones, Brad Keselowski, John Hunter Nemechek. So Joey Logano was leading. So our second and first place car coming into the pits, basically first out of the group. We got more cars coming into the pits. Let's go to a pit cam. Here we go. Alright, Logano wins the race off pit road off that first group. He gets a decent gap. Let's see where everyone filters out. We got most of the field coming in during the second green flag lap, and then you can see off in the distance. We got Timmy Hill, BJ McLeod coming in. See our pole sitter, Kevin Harvick, into the pits right now. Where will he come out at? So typically in the past, the cars that pitted first get the best advantage. So Logano should be leading when all this is said and done, I'd imagine. I'd be very surprised if Logano isn't leading. We'll probably see the 22 and the 42, yep, right there, coming out of turn 2. And there's Logano. There's the leader, right here. He's going to cycle through to the lead once this is all said and done. What's up, Denny FedEx fan? Jackson Sports, Pat B, Steve, Nate, Zach Games. Appreciate y'all tuning in. So that kind of brought a little bit more normalcy to to this run. I mean, that was just a massive, massive pack. And now finally they're a little bit spread out. Here we see the 6 of Ross Chastain. Looks like he'll be in about 3rd spot once everything's said and done. Nope, he'll still be in that main pack. We have, let's see, Tyler Redick up in the 8 car. He must have had a fantastic pit stop. He's up with the leaders right now. We haven't really seen his name too much so far this race. But the Beast, up into the 7th spot, up into the top 10. It's the first time we've said his name all day. As long as he stays with these cars, he'll be in this main lead draft. Which it looks like he'll be able to stay with these guys. Once Blaney gets the clear of him on the inside, he'll be able to tuck back behind Blaney. So we got the main pack of cars, 7th through 1st, separated by about 1.5 seconds. And then you got another pack, starting with Jimmy Johnson, back in the 48 car, that are about 5 seconds back as of right now. But as long as that second pack is bigger, they should catch this lead pack. As long as this second group is bigger than the first one, they should be catching the leaders. So Jimmy Johnson is in 8th. He's like the first car of the second main pack. So far no cautions. They were able to make it through those green flag pit stops without any issues. Yeah, they pitted right around lap 65 or so. Oh, wow! Joey Logano just got freight trained. Larson up to the lead. Oh. Is that Kyle Busch at risk of going a lap down? What happened to Kyle? What happened to Kyle? Yeah, he is all by himself with no drafting help. Kyle at risk of going a lap down. He must have had a bad pit stop. He must have come in late and gotten held up by someone. What's, yeah, for him to have lost so much ground. Let's go on board with Kyle and go back to the pit stops and see if anything happened to him in particular, coming in or out of the pits. If he got held up or something. Yeah, let's watch him coming out of the pits. Oh, he had some... Oh, right there. Yep, that... He got hit by Chase. What was Chase Elliott doing? What just happened? What happened to Chase Elliott coming into the pits? Watch this. This is a replay of Chase Elliott coming into his pit box. Whoa. And then coming through, he doors Kyle. Then Kyle also gets hit by the 20 right there. And that's probably what caused the damage, and that's why Kyle was in the pits extra long. Because after he does the tires, he's in there for extra long, so he's repairing some damage right there. So incident in pits. Oh, look at De Benedetto in the back. Oh, De Benedetto and Bubba got into it. Let's go on board with De Benedetto for this pit stop. Oh, Bubba with problems. I don't think anything happened. He just started smoking coming into the pits. Bubba with mechanical issues coming into the pits. He just starts smoking just out of nowhere. So then when he's coming into his pit, he holds up to Benedetto. So there's a big mix-up trying to get into the pits. And then he's going extra slow. And then, yeah, he holds up to Benedetto. So a bunch of chaos into the pits right now. See that little bit of front end damage. 43 is out from an accident. It says officially an accident, but he just started smoking. He might have gotten some prior damage. So we are back with the leader, Kyle Larson, as Kyle Busch is at risk of going a lap down after those issues in the pits. Here we got Bowman back looking for the lead. Bowman to the inside, he's going to take away the lead. Kyle Busch desperately trying to stay on the lead lap here. So if Kyle can stay in front of this group and a caution were to come out and he beats him back to the line, he gets the wave round, gets back on the tail end of the lead lap. But if one of the leaders passes him, he goes a lap down. Got Stenhouse looking to the inside. I believe this might be his first lap sled of the day if he can complete the pass. So here we got this little lead group that consists of these 7 cars, but I should say 6 because Redick's starting to break off. So Bubba is out with an engine. Technically an accident, but he must have gotten prior damage somewhere. So here's the battle to stay on the lead lap. We got Bowman and the rest of the lead lap cars behind him. There's Tyler Redick trying to get past BJ McLeod in the back. Or Garrett Smithley, I can't even remember which was which. So we still have a great battle. The top 6 right now, all separated by a half a second. Speaking to the outside of Kyle Busch, he has to check up. Kyle Busch is going to have the advantage. As long as Kyle can stay in front of these guys, if a caution were to come out and he beats him back to the line, he will remain on the lead lap. Yeah, just bad luck issues for Kyle Busch in the pits. Got Ryan Blaney up into the top 5. Chastain continuing with a strong running. Continuing in 3rd place. Hector, Margarita, Brian, Lacha. Appreciate you all tuning in. Here we got Chastain making a move for 2nd place. So Kyle so far able to stay in front of this group. I mean, he's going to have good ratings, so they're not going to be able to just pull away from him. If they get past him, he'll still be in the draft. Ross Chastain able to complete the pass for 2nd place. But Stenhouse has a good run on the outside. Let's follow the 2 separate battles going on for 2nd place and to stay on the lead lap. What's up, Bloxy? You're not late, you're just in time. Oh, here's Bowman making his move. If he can complete the pass, that'll officially put Kyle Busch a lap down. Crazy circumstances. Or Rowdy after some pit issues. Usually has the best pit crew in the business. After some pit issues, he's at risk of going a lap down right here. Chastain. Oh, he almost gets into him. Here we got Chastain. If he can peek to the inside here. Come on, Chastain. We want you to lead. So Kyle Busch is officially a lap down. So of the cars still running, there are only 4 cars a lap down right now. BJ McLeod, Garrett Smithley, Quinn Huff. I can never pronounce that right. And Kyle Busch. So, wow. Kyle Busch with major issues early on. Alex Bowman off to a little bit of a lead right here. Looks like the 6 car is kind of the slowest out of the 3 in this inside line. They're Looks like he might be holding them up just a bit. So we got that second pack that's about 7 seconds back, and that consists of about 20 or so cars, that secondary group. And Tyler Redick has lost the draft of this first group, and he's dropping back to that second group, the number 8 car in 7th position. Chastain's trying to get up there to Bowman. He just can't get past Kyle Busch to take advantage of the full corner exit and get a good run on Bowman on these straightaways. As long as he's side by side Kyle Busch in these turns, he's not able to get a good run on these straightaways, even with the draft. So Kyle Busch, he's not giving up. He's desperately trying to stay on that lead lap. He wants to get back in front of Bowman and pass him. So once again, Kyle Busch. Ooh, that was close. That was close. We almost had we had a little bit of contact right there, almost a caution. Ooh, man, that was close. Let's go back and take a... As these cars continue to pass Kyle Busch and continue to hurt his chances of getting put back on the lead lap, let's ride on board with Ross Chastain for this close call coming out of turn 4. He has Joey Logano underneath him. He's got Kyle Busch above him. Joey's pushing up. There's a little bit of contact. Oh, yeah. Joey definitely got into him. Joey got into Chastain, and if Chastain would have gotten into Kyle Busch, that might have hooked Busch to the inside and caused our first caution of the day. But we remain green. Back to Bowman. Bowman continues to lead. Chastain still in 3rd. Tyler Redick, the last car, or the first car out of this lead pack, continues to drop back to that secondary group. What is the hotkey to cycle camera views from that screen? It is C. C goes forward in the cameras, and then you hold shift and press C, and then that goes in the reverse order. So like if I want to go to the rear cam really quickly from Bowman, I just go back really quickly and then into the rear cam. Then I go back to the TV cam. I just don't hold shift. I just hit C a few times to go back to the TV cam, and we're back. Alright, looks like the next cars to go a lap down here are going to be Daniel Suarez and Timmy Hill. Timmy Hill, the winner of today's NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series race. Oh, these lappers are side by side in front of the leader. You hate to see it. That's allowing Logano to catch up. That's going to allow the other cars to catch up, such as Blaney and Chastain. Chase Elliott must have had a bad pit stop too, because he is oh yeah, that's right. He must have... How did he not get a penalty for that is what I want to know. Because he had that pit stop where he came flying in from the... like, way off the track and did a complete illegal entry. I want to know how he didn't get penalized for that, or if he did get penalized and had to wait, like, for 15 extra seconds. So we got Ryan Blaney up to 3rd. I think that's the best he's been all day. Rocking that super sexy advanced auto parts. Number 12, Ford. Sorry, I just had a brain fart there for a second. Wouldn't that be funny if the Advanced Auto Parts car wins the O'Reilly Auto Parts race? We got 3 more cars at risk of going a lap down right here. Timmy Hill, Christopher Bell, and then Chase Elliott. So 2 big names about to go a lap down early. Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. Christopher Bell is a lap down. Timmy Hill's fighting to stay on the lead lap. Timmy Hill doing everything he can to stay in front of the leaders right now, just praying for a caution. Just praying for a caution. Oh, Bowman runs wide. That leaves the bottom open for Kyle Larson. Here comes Kyle to the inside, side by side for the lead between the 42 and the 88. As they go down the backstretch. Larson barely with an advantage, but he's going to have Timmy Hill in front of him, holding him up. What's up, GGM? .42 able to get underneath Timmy Hill, puts him a lap down. Meanwhile, you still got that secondary pack hovering. They've stabilized around 7 seconds back, 7 to 8 seconds. Because they got a big drafting help, so they're not really... As long as no one breaks off from the second pack of 7th place through 24th, no one else should really be at risk of going a lap down once they get past these guys. So Timmy Hill a lap down. Kyle Larson leading. Kyle Busch a lap down, but he's only got 2 leaders in front of him now. If Kyle Busch can get back in front of these last 2 lead lap cars, he'll be able to get his lap back if a caution were to come out, and then he beats them back to the line. But there's a lot of circumstances that has to go right for Kyle Busch to get his lap back here. Especially when he's getting pushed out of the way by Ryan Blaney. Chase Elliott is the next car at risk of going a lap down. So if you're just tuning in right now, the 9 car is not leading. It is the 42 car. The 9 car is about to go a lap down if he doesn't stay in front of these leaders here. So Chastain continuing to have a good run in 6th place. The 6 car running in 6th. It's been with the lead pack the whole race. So our first set of green flag pit stops was around lap 65. So if we're doing the math, 65 plus 65, that means the next round of green flag pit stops, if we stay green until then, should be around lap 130, give or take. So we're about 25, 30 laps away from the next round of pit stops. Once we get about 10 more laps in, we'll be about a third of the way complete with the race already. A 500 miler, we're already almost 33% complete. Kyle Larson continuing to lead. Got 2 Chevys out front right now, followed by Blaney and a Ford. If you guys haven't already in the chat yet, I want to hear your picks of who you think is going to win this race. So as long as that big group, that 7th through 24th position, all just stays together in that big pack they're in, they shouldn't be at risk of going a lap down anytime soon. After Chase Elliott, you got Brennan Poole and Corey LaJoie, who are the next cars at risk of going a lap down, about 6 seconds ahead of Chase Elliott. But after that, no one else for a while. Right now, Bubba Wallace is the only one retired. He had some engine damage after a supposed accident. I think he might have just gotten some damage at some point. And then 30th through 36 are at least a lap down. Then you have 29 cars on the lead lap right now. Really bad wind, Hypercat. Yeah, we've had some storms these last few days. Nothing terrible. It was really isolated storms last night. Like, there was nothing all day, and then just out of nowhere, just boom! Just a huge crack that, like, shook the house. And I checked the radar. It's like, oh, there's just a random cell, like, right over where I live. That just, like, came out of nowhere. Pure Red, Erica Jones, Nikki, SW Gaming. Appreciate you all tuning in. Noah Arts. Hope you're all enjoying your weekend. Hope you're enjoying the race. Hope you liked that iRacing Invitational race earlier. Got Ryan Blaney making a move for 2nd place. Believe that'll be the best he's been all day. Elliott, so far so good, able to stay in front of these leaders to hang on to the lead lap just barely. Once again, if the 9 can stay in front of the 42 or whoever will lead in this lead pack. And if a caution were to come out and he beats them back to the line, then he'll stay on the lead lap. Meanwhile, they're catching the 51 right here of Garrett Smithley. Slow car. Slow car. Slow car. Slow car is going to be in the way. Actually, they might catch him on the front stretch here, so... if Chase Elliott can get past the 51 cleanly here, that should be good for Chase. So we'll dive down to the bottom, just... oh, no, he isn't able to get clear. Looked like he was going to get clear, but he's unable to. Now they're going to have trouble getting past the 51 here, aren't they? Yeah, the 51 continues to be in the way. So the 51 is about to go 2 or 3 laps down. Chase Elliott's still trying to stay on the lead lap. He's able to get underneath the 51 there. Got Kyle Busch there back in... he's not on the lead lap, but if he can get in front of the 12 and the 42 and a caution were to come out, he'll be back on the lead lap. Got lots of strong cars. Due to a few pit mishaps, they're going a lap down early. So they're able to get past the 51, most of the leaders cleanly. It looks like Chase is gonna go a lap down here shortly. We're about 20 laps away from the second round of green flag pit stops if we stay green that long. Still got about 6 cars in the lead pack. But now we got 5th and 6th kind of breaking off. Got 7th through 24th is basically in one big pack together. So Chase is officially a lap down. We got 3 wide back here. As you can see just how bad that outside line is in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Still 3 wide back here. We got teammates battling side by side for position while Chase is going a lap down due to more of these cars. Cool gaming. I'm doing just fine. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing good as well. Oh, Chase! Oh! Blaney in the wall. What? I look away at the chat for a second. Blaney hard into the wall. So is Chase. What just happened? That's like the biggest on-track contact, I believe, so far. We'll check on these guys for another lap or so just to see what the heck happens with them and if they pit or not. I don't think they're going to pit because they probably would this time. I think they just checked up trying to get past the 51 and some contact. Contact between the 12 and the 9 right now. Stenhouse up to the lead, meanwhile. Stenhouse takes over the lead. Oh! And Kyle Busch was able to get past Stenhouse. So Kyle Busch is now technically back on the lead lap. If a caution comes out, which, with whatever was happening back there, Chase and Blaney continue to stay out. But let's see what happened as they were coming out of 4 a couple laps ago. Major contact for... oh! Joey Logano runs his teammate wide a little bit. Puts him into the wall. And then that puts Elliott in the wall, and then that puts Blaney in the wall as well. So, big contact between teammates. He's still kind of with the lead group, Blaney. He's going to be repairing some of that damage, though, in the pits, I can only imagine. Speaking of pits, the next round of pit stops probably 10, 15 laps or so. Stenhouse out to the lead. He's got a decent lead over Logano, who's trapped behind Christopher Bell, who's a lapped car right now. So yeah, you got Christopher Bell a lap down. Logano and Larson are the next cars for position. You can see all the standings on the left-hand side on that ticker. If you're confused as to who's on the lead lap and who isn't. Just a heads up to all the viewers, I'll probably be taking a brief intermission like I usually do around the halfway point, which will be around lap 165, 170-ish. Stenhouse continuing to try to take the lead lap away from Busch, but Busch is able to get a big run on the outside. That's exactly what Kyle Busch needed, is for the leader to get kind of held up on another lapped car. Man, all these lapped cars trying to get their lap back. Now you got the 95 pass in Stenhouse. That'll put the 95 back on the lead lap. Technically. So you have these cars desperately trying to fight to stay on the lead lap. If they can get out front and get a decent pit stop when they have to come through here, they can get their gap back and not be at risk of going a lap down immediately. They're side by side for the lead right here between the 22 and the 47, both stuck behind lap cars. But the 52 is slower, so that's going to give the advantage to the 22. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell and Kyle Busch in this pack are trying to hold on to the lead lap. You got first through fourth all nose to tail right there. The 22 through the 47. Got Logano, Larson, Bowman, and Stenhouse all 1, 2, 3, 4. Then once again, you got Christopher Bell and Kyle Busch a little bit ahead of him, trying to stay on the lead lap right now. It's not looking good for Bell, as that pack of lead lap cars is able to get underneath him going into the turn. So Christopher Bell back to a lap down. Kyle Busch able to pull away a little bit. Let's go on board with Kyle. So Kyle's on the lead lap. He's threatening to go a lap down, but that's the leaders behind him. He needs to stay in front of those cars. Meanwhile, he's got some other lap cars in front of him that he's racing for position, I believe, actually. Yeah, you got Kyle coming up on the 32 and the 15, which will both be for position. And if he can get in front of those cars, that's that many more cars he has between him and the leaders. So the more cars that Kyle can pass right now, the better chance he has of staying on the lead lap. Meanwhile, we got the other Kyle, Larson, making a move for the lead over Joey Logano. Larson, Bowman, and Logano have basically been the three strongest cars this whole race. JD, welcome into the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is all AI. They are simulated with the ratings applied to them for the first 4 races of the season. This is 100% AI, 100% simulation. I've tried doing like the simulation in the races in the past where I race, but where I'm actually driving, but a lot of times I inadvertently wreck people's favorite driver and then people get angry at me. So I figure AI is the best way to do it. What's up, Sabbath Base Dude? Is that me from the past? So you got Kyle Busch trying to stay on the lead lap. Just trying to get in front of these cars to stay on the lead lap. Meanwhile, we are probably about 5 laps away from the next round of green flag pit stops. Christopher Bell is a lap down. Chase Elliott's a lap down. The 42, the 22, the 88, and the 47 are the 4 cars on the lead lap. Once again, if anyone's confused as to who's leading and on the lead lap right now and who isn't, just look at that ticker on the left-hand side up at the top left. So the 22, the 42, the 88, and the 47 are all the lead lap cars right now. The 95 and the 9 are currently a lap down in this group. Continuing side by side for the lead. We're probably about 5 laps away from the next round of pit stops, so things should get pretty interesting here soon. Gray Duck, Priscilla, Young Money, Random Asteroid, appreciate you all tuning in. House of Pigskin. Is that like the pig's face skin? What's up, buddy? Appreciate you all tuning in. So Kyle was able to get past these cars for position. So if he can start pulling away from these guys, he should be able to stay on the lead lap. It's close for Kyle, but he's just able to stay on the lead lap after that pit road mishap. I can't imagine it'll be more than 5 more laps before we're seeing green flag pit stops. Oh. Elliott Space, I'm doing just fine. Thanks for tuning in. Leland Ferniza. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Jimmy Johnson's currently on the lead lap. He is 15th right now. He is 11 seconds back. He's in that secondary group of cars from about 7th place to 24th place. Actually, it's now 7th through 23rd. 24th. The 37 car is kind of broken off a little bit. So Kyle Busch continuing to try to stay in front of Kyle Larson to stay on the lead lap. Meanwhile, we have LaJoy and Brennan Poole about to go a lap down for the first time this race. So we got Brennan Poole now officially a lap down. So it's going to be 28 cars on the lead lap as of now. It'll be 27 cars on the lead lap if and when they get past Corey LaJoy here. Once again, I can't imagine it'll be more than 5 laps before they're doing their next round of green flag pit stops. Bowman diving onto the inside, trying to take advantage of the lap car, use him as a peg, and get down underneath Larson. LaJoy able to hang on to the lead lap as long as these leaders are battling side by side. That's given him the advantage to stay ahead of them and just barely stay on the lead lap. Then you got Logano looking there in third. Brennan Poole's trying to get his lap back. They got to be coming in for pits any second here. They got to be coming in the pits, like, within the next 2 or 3 laps. Let's see if there's anyone in the pits yet. Nope. What's up, Sylvie gang? Redline overload. Never thought you'd see Kyle Busch just trying to stay on the lead lap. But yeah, he got contact in the pits. He had to get a little bit of repairs. That's what did it. He got doored by Chase Elliott and then I think Eric Jones. Oh, we got Logano coming into the pits. He was one of the first cars to pit that last time, and he's one of the first this time. And then you got 2 lap cars and Brennan Poole. And Christopher Bell that also pitted with him. Got a few more cars. I think that's Ty Dillon. Whoa! You got another car. That just went way wide. John Hunter Nemechek. Oh, we got a caution! We got a caution. First caution of the race. So what happened with John Hunter Nemechek first? He did the same thing Chase Elliott did. He just went way wide coming into the pits. Gotta make sure not to hit the wrong button. So he goes... What happens to... Oh, he just... Whoa. That's biffing your entry there a little bit. Lap 132, there's a caution. So let's go on... Yep, right there. So when the pace lights come on. Right when the pace lights come on, let's see what's happening. I'm assuming someone's probably coming out of the pits or trying to come into the pits. I'm assuming there's something on the backstretch involving cars coming out of the pits. I can only assume. Was that caution for... It might have been for John Hunter Nemechek just flying through the grass. Honestly. It might have been just for the 38 flying through the grass. Oh, let's go slow motion, like right when the light comes on and cycle through the whole field. There's the 38. No one else is really slow or stopped. It must have been for the 38. Then you can see the lights on right there as I'm cycling through. There's no incidents. Yeah. That was for the 38. Just flying into the pits for whatever reason. So caution on lap 132, the first one of the day. For John Hunter Nemechek taking a wild ride. Daniel Suarez is in the pits. He's 19 laps down, so keep an eye on that. There are 27 cars currently on the lead lap. That caution came at a pretty bad time for Logano, but luckily he was able to stay on the lead lap. He was pitting right when that caution came out, but luckily he was able to stay on the lead lap. Here's all the lap down cars coming into the pits, including John Hunter Nemechek. All those cars on the outside are still on the... Most of them are still on the lead lap. Yeah, we've seen twice now that glitch under green flag pit stops for the... Or the leaders are just... someone just... Wait, what? Joey Logano out with an accident? What? The leader? What happened to Logano? What happened to Logano? He's just in the pits right there. Yeah, you can see he appears, and he's smoking. What? What happens with Logano? His front end's all smashed up. So under caution, he's racing out of the pits. To catch back up. Oh, and he smashes into De Benedetto. Oh, he's done. He is toast. Meanwhile, I'll tell you who is thankful this caution came out when it did. Was Kyle Busch and Corey LaJoie. Let's find Kyle Busch here. Because Corey LaJoie is... The leader is Kyle Larson. Corey LaJoie is about to go a lap down. You can see the caution lights on right now. You can see the caution lights on. Oh. Then yeah, he's able to stay in... Those two guys are able to stay in front of the leaders. So that caution came out at the perfect time for LaJoie and Busch, who are about to go a lap down and are able to stay on the lead lap and get their wave around by those guys. Super lucky. Super lucky. Oh, we're about to go green. So through the pit stops... Chastain is the leader after the pit stops. Chastain to the lead. And we got Brennan Poole. All those cars on the inside line are a lap down trying to stay. The 18 is a lap down or retired. What? Oh my goodness. What happened to the 18? You got cars slowing up. Oh! The 21! That's going to be a caution. I think the 21 just took out part of the field. The 21 was stopped on the track! The car that got hit by Logano. What? What is going on? Kyle Busch retired. Right here. DiBenedetto's just stopped on the track. Oh my goodness, does anyone hit him? He's just stopped on the track, unable to move. After this, we'll go back and see what happened to Busch. I thought Busch was getting back on the lead lap. He might have crashed doing the wave around. That's the only thing I can think of. So here's DiBenedetto just crawling. Does anyone hit him? Oh, you got a pileup of cars checking up to try to miss him. Blaney and company goes around. So no big hits into him, but there are some cars checking up that spun. Oh! There was a decent big hit. Actually, it wasn't too terrible. But yeah, that's what... Checking up to try to avoid DiBenedetto. And meanwhile, what happened to Busch? What happened to Busch? This is crazy. Something must... I can guarantee something must have happened to him under caution. Or maybe this is just from the damage he got earlier. Hold on. Right here. Oh, he gets damaged again. Oh! It's Eric Jones that hits him again in pits! So Kyle Busch is out, basically due to damage he sustained in pit stops. Once under green and once under yellow. What? I am not believing this. So John Hunter Nemechek was able to get back on the lead lap, I believe. Or he's at least in front of... I am so confused. He's at least in front of Kyle Larson, who is on the lead lap. I am so confused. So Joey Logano out. Kyle Busch out. Two big names just gone. Chase Elliott's still a lap down. And everyone else basically seems about normal. But what a turn of events here at Texas Motor Speedway. Kyle Busch, due to multiple incidents sustained in the pits, once under green and once under caution, just getting doored by like 3 or 4 separate cars. He is now out of this race. Kyle Busch and Logano trying to get his lap back under caution. Just absolutely pile drives Matt DiBenedetto, kills his own car, basically kills DiBenedetto's car, and that damage to DiBenedetto is ultimately what led to this incident where he's just basically dead on the track, stopped, unable to move, and then there's a small pile up behind him of cars trying to check up to avoid him. What a race. Tarantino Land, or Tarantino. Grey Duck, Hypercat, Aaron, appreciate you all tuning in. Yeah, what happened to Chastain? That's a good question. Hopefully he's not out. Yeah, hopefully Chastain isn't out. Chastain is 14th. He must have just had a slow pit stop or something. So Kyle Larson will be the first car on the lead lap. No, he'll be the leader. I phrased that wrong. Excuse me. So all these cars in the inside line are a lap down. John Hunter on the outside line will be fighting to stay in ahead of Larson to stay on the lead lap. I know it's confusing. It's just with these double file restarts with NR2003. You just gotta just take a look at the standings on the left side. Just all those cars on the left side up on the leaderboard are the ones on the lead lap, fighting for position. So what a turn of events. Jimmy Johnson currently in 4th place. So Jimmy will be up with the lead group. So hopefully cautions don't breed more cautions. We can actually get going green here for a bit. They're going to be fighting to stay ahead of all these lap cars. Or fighting to get past them. Meanwhile, you got DiBenedetto, who's still on the track, missing the entire back end of his car. Hopefully he doesn't cause any more issues. At least he's at the tail end of the field. Kind of. Tail end of the inside line. And we are back green. Look how slow DiBenedetto is. He's going to be a rolling chicane. Alright, so Larson, Stenhouse, Johnson, Hamlin. Those are basically the 4 cars up in this front group fighting to stay on the... fighting for the lead. Everyone else is fighting to get their laps back. Which they're doing a great job of so far. No caution yet. We're able to stay green. The 51 slowing down those cars on the inside. Larson able to get a good run on the outside. Just trying to put all these cars a lap down. Once again, if you're confused as to who's on the lead lap and who isn't, just take a look at the leaderboard up at the top left. I know it's confusing with these NR2003 double file restarts, but there's nothing I can do about that until someone figures out a way to hack the coding of the game where we can do modern day double file restarts with all the cars on the lead lap up front. Until then, we just gotta stick with what we've got. Deidre Schultz, I Could Be Elite. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Thanks for clicking on the video. Got Larson and Hamlin fighting for the lead right here. Stenhouse is trying to get past the lap car of Timmy Hill to get up into the mix. Meanwhile, we're still green, which means there's no cautions back in the field. We're nearing 150 laps complete already. Larson with a great run. Larson's been strong all day. Through most of the pit stops, through most of the pit cycles, Larson's been up front for most of the race. Logano was up front, Bowman was up front, but now Bowman's 2.5 seconds back in 8th, and Logano's out. He's completely out. Let's go on board with Denny Hamlin in 2nd place, trying to catch Kyle Larson in the lead. Hamlin's got a run here on the front stretch. Can he stick his nose underneath Larson? Oh, not quite. Hamlin still with a good run. What's he gonna do on the backstretch here? Oh, the moment he peeked his nose out, he kind of hit a wall. He kind of stalled out, but there he goes. He's able to complete the pass. Denny Hamlin to the lead. Got a huge run by Stenhouse behind him. Let's go helicopter view so we can get a good shot of these cars. Thanks to these pictures from our Goodyear helicopter cam. Got Chris Buscher battling Stenhouse Jr. Stenhouse trying to fight off the guy who replaced him. You got Buscher peeking to the inside of Stenhouse Jr. Uh-oh, who is this up here? I think this is DiBenedetto. Uh-oh, DiBenedetto. This might be an issue. This might be an issue. I told you DiBenedetto is going to be the rolling chicane for the rest of the race. Oh, now Larson stuck. Larson, a dominant car of the day. He is stuck behind this rolling chicane of DiBenedetto. Oh, you hate to see it. That was only like 5 laps into this restart, and they're already passing him. Oh, there goes Larson, finally able to get to the inside. That's going to be the cause of some cautions as people trying to get past the slow carve to Benedetto. Oh, you hate to see it. Let's go back to the leaders. Denny Hamlin able to take advantage of all those cars trying to get past the slow carve to Benedetto, and he rockets out to the front. Kurt Busch up to the third place. It's the first time we've said his name all day. "13 Nakos prospects already signed up. Hell yeah. Does drive-through, do you want to... Is that kind of an open invite, an open sign-up? Like, are we allowed to... Or are you allowed to post a link to the Discord server? Oh, it's on Twitter, okay. Go follow Nakos. At Nakos NR2003 on Twitter. There should be info on our Twitter page of how you can participate in open tryout slash sign-ups for possibly joining the league. Just have to do some tryouts as long as you don't make a fool of yourself, or able to do some decent lap times. Get along with the rest of the game. You should have no problem getting into racing in Nakos. So if you want to race in Nakos, be sure to go check out the link that drive-through just posted in my live chat. Or if you're on Twitter, go check out at Nakos NR2003. NACOS NR2003. All one word. Thank you, DT, for posting the links. Meanwhile, the craziness continues here at Texas Motor Speedway. Denny Hamlin out front. Kyle Larson was dominating, but then he got trapped behind that lap carve to Benedetto. He is back to 12th. Speaking of Benedetto, hopefully he just parks it at some point, because he's just way, way off the pace. This is going to be bad if they have to catch him like every 5 laps and navigate out of the way. And thank Joey Logano for absolutely ass-packing him under caution. So it looks like 7 cars within about a second of the lead. Hamlin, Buscher, excuse me. Kurt Busch, Jimmy up into 4th. Stenhouse Jr., Bowman. And then Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick is the pole sitter for this race. Bowman was leading a lot earlier. And Bowman's back near the front. He's in 6th place, 0.8 of a second back. Hamlin continuing to put on a clinic right now after this most recent restart. We're about 10 or so laps away from the halfway point. Once we get complete with lap 167, we will officially be halfway complete with this race. And shortly after that, I will be taking my quick potty break and then returning to commentate. But when we stream like 3.5 hours, I cannot go this long without at least a brief break. So that will be coming in about 10 minutes, just a heads up. So no sign of Benedetto yet. To go another lap down, let's go to the wide shot so we can see any cars that might be at risk of going a lap down. Jimmy's still there fighting in the top 5. Oh, there's Benedetto. There he is. Alright, it's about every 10 laps they're catching him, because the last time they caught him was lap 150, and it looks like they'll catch him in about another 2 laps or so. So they're catching him about every 10 laps. Chris Buscher's had a strong car all day. Here he comes threatening Hamlin for the lead. Side by side. Chris Buscher to the bottom, Hamlin up top. What kind of run can Chris Buscher get down the backstretch here? Chris Buscher to the lead. Number 17. And here comes Stenhouse. Charging through past Hamlin for 2nd place. It's Buscher in first, and in second, it's the guy he replaced. Then here comes Bowman back up to third. Strong car, and here's Elliott a lap down. Elliott in the 9. If he can get past the leaders and a caution comes out, he'll get his lap back. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Got more DiBenedetto. Checkups. Hamlin is caught up by DiBenedetto this time. Meanwhile, he's just getting freight trained. Kyle Larson's gonna get stuck again behind DiBenedetto. Or is he? Yes, he is. Kind of. Nope. Hamlin is, though. DiBenedetto. I wish there was a way you could park certain cars. So Hamlin loses a bunch of spots. He goes from second place back to like 15th after this. Meanwhile, back up to the lead. It is still Buscher, followed closely by Stenhouse. Elliott, if he can get back in front of these lead lap cars and a caution comes out, he'll get back on the lead lap. So Alex Bowman, he won last week. After last second win over Bowman when Bubba had to pit last second. I don't know why I always say Bowman and Bubba backwards. I don't know why I always get mixed up, but yeah, I have no idea. I can't remember when that last restart was. I think it was like lap 142, 143. So I think it should be around lap 200 or so when we see the next round of green flag pit stops. So yeah, if Elliott can get in front of the 47 and the 17 here and a caution comes out, he'll get his lap back. Here he comes. He's trying to get past the 47. Oh, he got a caution. I'm guessing it's for DiBenedetto. Oh, we got some carnage here coming out of the trial. You can see the tire marks. You can see the tire marks. What happened? Who's in the pits? Timmy Hill's in the pits. Timmy Hill and Almirola. Ooh, big damage for Almirola. What happened to him? Third caution of the day. I think he's the wreck we saw coming out of the quad oval. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He gets hooked. So what happens here? Looks like they come up on a slow car of Timmy Hill. Oh! Almirola blows an engine. And Timmy Hill is going to hit him. Oh! Man, what an avoidance by Christopher Bell! Did you see that? First off, let's go on board with Timmy Hill here. He just absolutely destroys the 10 car. The 10 car blows an engine coming through the tri-oval, and Timmy Hill just has nowhere to go. It's probably going to be day done for the 66. Oh, hard into the outside wall, and then just bam! T-bone right into the outside wall. Oh, jeez. Now let's go back here. The next onboard we want to see. Alright, hold on to your butts, kids. Hold on to your butts, everyone. It's gonna be a wild ride. Oh! Dang! Christopher Bell coming in clutch. So issues for the 10. He just blows an engine coming out of the tri-oval. Let's watch a slow-mo view of this. And then Austin Dillon ass-packs him and gets a bunch of damage. So yeah, here's the blown engine. Austin Dillon ass-packs him. They both go into the outside wall, and then Those two barely get by him. Hamlin barely gets by him. And boom! Absolutely massive wreck. The pace car probably had a decent view of this, actually. Oh, jeez. Just out of the camera view. Alright, let's go back live. Chris Buscher's still out front. I believe all the lap down cars are pitting now. Yeah, 66 is out. No surprise there. The 10 is out and the 3 is out. No surprise with any of those. Massive hits for the 10, the 3, particularly the 10 and the 66. So you can see we are on lap 167 of lap 334 for all you math whizzes out there. That's the exact halfway point. So once we come across the line this time, we are exactly halfway done with the race. There are currently, looks like there's going to be 18 cars on the lead lap. So we've had a lot of mechanical issues for drivers in this race. I think we're going to get the one to go this time by. Here come all the lead lap cars. Or the lap down cars, excuse me. So Chase is the first car a lap down if he can somehow get in front of all these leaders in the outside line on this restart, and then a caution comes out and he gets past them. Why do I always minimize the thing? I'll tell you why I drive through. Because the way my window is right now, when I do this with the ticker on, this is the furthest down my mouse can go. Anything below my mouse right now is out of my monitor frame. So I can physically not touch any of these replay buttons down here. Because I'm in windowed mode. So I can switch back and forth between everything. Don't judge me. I switch the cameras with the keys, and I know how to do that. But yeah, to rewind, I physically can't get down here, so that's why. It's only when I have these extended tickers on, it pushes this bottom part of the interface down, like out of my screen for whatever reason. When I don't have these custom tickers, it doesn't do that. Shift numpad, is that rewind hotkey? Alright, green flag. Chris Buscher in the lead, Chase Elliott trying to get his lap back. Stenhouse Jr. in second, Harvick in third, the pole sitter. Last week's winner, Bowman in fourth. Harvick won the simulated race we did at Atlanta 2 weeks ago. Bowman won last week. Chase able to clear Stenhouse, or not Stenhouse, excuse me, Buscher. So if a caution comes out right now and Chase beats him back to the line, he'll get his lap back. As will, a lot of these cars are trying to get their lap back. The 9, the 00, the 38, the 95 are all just a single lap down, and they're fast. So if they can get ahead and stay ahead of the 17, they are fighting to stay on the lead lap. Once again, I know some of these double file restarts with all these lap cars are confusing for some people. It's just an NR2003 thing. There's nothing I can do. But if you're confused about who's all on the lead lap and who isn't, just look up on the ticker on the left side. Meanwhile, Buscher gets back in front of Elliott, so Elliott's back to a lap down. Is De Benedetto out yet? De Benedetto's not out. We still got the rolling chicane on the track. We still got the rolling chicane. Alright, so like in a couple of minutes here, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, and then I'll be back. I'll be gone for like 5 minutes tops. But yeah, we are officially past the halfway point. There are 18 cars on the lead lap. The 9 and the 00 realistically can get back on the lead lap. Particularly the 9. It looks like the 00's dropping a little bit. "17, he's been strong all day. Chase Elliott trying to get back on the lead lap. Once they catch DiBenedetto and put him a lap down for the first time, I'll go take my potty break then. Looks like he's coming out of 4 and the rest of the field's on the going into 3. Yeah, so they're already close to catching him. Once I get past DiBenedetto, I will take my bathroom break then. So I gotta pee right now. Cam Spinner, Super Mario. Deidre. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Alright, so back to the leaderboard. Kevin Harvick's up to 2nd. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott's still trying to get his lap back and get past the 17. Bowman and Harvick fighting for 2nd. The first 2 winners of these simulated races I've done. So Chase, he's still right there. He just needs to get in front and get a lucky caution. He's right there back on the lead lap. Kyle Larson, another one of the dominant cars of the day, is... Ooh! We're good. We're good. A little front-end damage for Buscher there from DiBenedetto, but we're good. Jeez, that was close. He just smacked him. All these cars are going a lap down. Or, just losing so much ground trying to get past the 21. Just make sure there's no wreck trying to get past him, and then after the pack gets past DiBenedetto here, I'm gonna go take my take a quick bathroom break. Kyle Larson just continuing to get screwed over from DiBenedetto. Just stuck on the outside behind him basically every single time they catch him. Just Larson just can't catch a break right now. There he goes. He finally gets to the inside. Alright, we're going to go back to the leaders. And I'm going to go take a quick bathroom break. I will be right back. Everyone stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the viewership. Alright, I am back. Looks like they cycled through De Benedetto at least once or twice. So Harvick took the lead. Buscher back to the lead. Here comes Hamlin now. Crazy lead changes going on right now. Side by side for the lead down the backstretch between Denny and Chris Buscher. Denny looks like he's gonna have the advantage in turns 3 and 4 on the bottom. The help of a push from Harvick. Harvick is right on his bumper. He better be careful not to turn him. Harvick and Denny battling nose to tail. Kurt Busch, another driver that was not really in the front most of the day, he's battling back. And Ross Chastain, who's had a strong showing most of the day, he's back there in the 6th spot. The 6 and number 6 right now. Here comes Harvick looking to take the lead back. Oops. Harvick back to the lead thanks to the push from Buscher. Buscher the pusher. Here comes Kurt Busch in the 3rd spot. What can Kurt do here now that he's in the top 3? Martin Truex Jr. back there in the 6th spot. First time we've said his day, or his name basically all day. Said his day, there it is. They're coming up on a lap car. I think that was Garrett Smithley in the 51, if I'm not mistaken. He's not as slow as De Benedetto. Just wondering when De Benedetto will park it, because they're going to have to lap him at least like 14 more times if this stays green. Well, he's still got a battle between Harvick and Buscher. Got Hamlin trying to take away the bottom from Kurt Busch in turns 1 and 2. That ain't going to work. Here comes the 17 back to the lead. Or looking for it. Side by side with Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick's going to have the advantage coming out of the outside here. Or is he? 17 still just barely has his nose under there. Not anymore. But they're coming up on a slow car. Who is that going to affect more? Oh, it's Brad Keselowski. What? Why is he so slow? He must have just lost the draft. Either he's having issues from something or he lost the draft. Yeah, he's slow. He's definitely not up to full speed. So problems for Brad as he's about to go a lap down. He's about to go a 2nd lap down. He's already a lap down. They're able to cleanly get by him on the front stretch for the most part. At least get their noses underneath them so I can pass them on the straightaways and the turns. So problems for Kez. Don't know what's going on with him. Oh, Bowman tried to stick his nose underneath to get past him. Bowman doesn't want to lose any ground trying to get past this lapper. He wants to get right past him. Oh, and Kurt's going to get past Bowman as well. So all those spots that Bowman lost just being stuck behind Keselowski. Meanwhile, back up to the lead, we have Kevin Harvick. Let's ride on board with him as we take a look at his onboard facing back. At 2nd and 3rd place, Hamlin and Buscher fighting side by side. Once again, you still have Chase Elliott back there, who isn't on the lead lap. He's fighting to get past these 3 leaders and get back on the lead lap. We're approaching lap 200 here. Wonder where Larson's at. Oh, Larson's like 6 seconds back. He's fallen off the main draft. Oh, here comes De Benedetto again. Uh-oh. 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 De Benedetto's slow thanks to Logano taking him out under caution. So if you guys are upset at De Benedetto, don't be. Be upset at Logano for taking him out initially. Shoot, shoot, shoot. There we go. Oh no, Kurt. Kurt was having such a good run. Oh, look at the 53 and the 48 have to check up. 53 gets pushed up. Oh, so many slow cars these guys are stuck behind. So let's follow on board with the 21 while they continue to pass him. So yeah, the reason the 21 is so damaged, just a refresher in case anyone wasn't here earlier. There was a minor caution, and under caution, Joey Logano was racing to get his lap back. And while everyone was checking up, De Benedetto kind of like slid out of line. And when he slid out of line, Logano just ass-packed him as he was racing around to get his lap back. Alright, there's Larson back there in like 12th or 13th, whatever position he's in. Here's the leaders. Larson's in 16th. You hate to see it. So the top 15 are still separated by 3.5 seconds. Here's the top 3 catching another lapped car, BJ McLeod. Devin Taylor, appreciate you tuning in. I don't know if I give you a shout out yet or not, but appreciate you tuning in. Oh, they're catching the 52 in the corner. It's going to slow Harvick down. It's going to let Buscher get a little bit of a run here. And Bowman's still peeking back there. Bowman's still trying to draft his lap down teammate to stay with him and stay in the top 5. Meanwhile, it's a 3-car breakaway for the top 3. Everyone else is starting to spread out behind him. Look at this. Look at this tandem for the top 3 we got right here. Thanks for tuning in, Thomas. No worries. Catch you next time. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, look at this draft of these top 3. Chris Buscher, kind of the underdog of sorts of these two guys. And then you got Harvick, the closer, Denny, the greatest driver to never win a championship. All battling out for the top 3. And we are past 200 laps in. Got about 130-ish laps to go. Be like 131 this time by. Got Buscher peeking to the inside to try to take away second place. He's unable to make that happen. What's up, Joshua Burns? Caden. Let's go to helicopter view so you can get a good look at how far apart they are spread out. Ooh. Chris Buscher got a bad run going out in the backstretch there. He lost a bunch of ground. He might be out of the draft. He might be out of the draft. So basically it's down to Harvick and Denny right now. Barring any issues in the pit stops. So they're going to need to do 2 more pit stops. If they pit now, then they can go the rest of the way with only 1 more after that. Because a fuel run is about 65 or so laps. And we're at the point now where we're less than 130 to go. So 65 plus 65 is 130. Just me, Cameron. Yeah, I know just me. I was kind of sarcastic when I said that about Denny. I don't necessarily believe that. He's great, but I don't think he's the greatest ever to not win a championship. Joey Gase is in 10th spot right now. What? Got a Rick Ware car running top 10, 200 laps into this thing. Johnson's in 13th. We still got 18 cars on the lead lap. There's not going to be another car that goes a lap down for a while. Buscher's only 12 seconds back. So there should be 18 on the lead lap for a while. It's going to be a while before they... Especially if the leaders all kind of spread out now. There's not some major drafting pack that the leaders are just passing all these lap cars by. The only ones that are really catching super quick is this poor soul into Benedetto. Poor guy. Just absolutely ass-packed by his teammate under caution, and this is the rest of his race. Just sitting there, lagging along all by himself. Poor guy. Speaking of, here come the leaders catching him. Chris Buscher's still there. He's just not quite next to them. He needs Denny and Harvick to go side by side. Exactly right there, so then he can get their draft and they don't have any. That's what he needs. Now Buscher should hopefully catch up. There he goes. There's Buscher catching up. Denny had to check up there in the turn, or coming out of the turn. Oh, Buscher. Oh, no, he didn't get held up by De Benedetto. All three of them made it by cleanly. And here comes Bowman in fourth. Then you got Ross Chastain back here is... Where is he? There he is. Ross Chastain's fifth place. Uh-oh, Bowman's catching De Benedetto coming out of the corner. Oh, that was close. We're good. Alright, the top three are still super close. Still got 18 cars on the lead lap. There's not going to be another car that goes a lap down for a while. We got 7 cars out of this race. Austin Dillon, Eric Almirola, Timmy Hill, which are the 3 cars that were involved in that last wreck. Kyle Busch, who had major problems under caution, or in the pits twice, 2 separate times. Joey Logano, who's the car that ass-packed De Benedetto under caution, then killed himself. Bubba was the first one to go with like an engine issue. He just started smoking coming into the pits, but it says accident. Then the 96, I didn't even realize he retired with an engine at some point. I didn't even notice. Yeah, those are the 7 retired cars, DNF so far. So Harvick continuing to dominate right now. Coming into the closing parts of this race. Got about 121 laps to go. If it stays green, it's going to be pretty quick. It says Newman in the game, but I'm just saying Ross Chastain since I'm doing the same thing they're doing in real life. It has like Newman on the driver banner and has a signature, but it was Ross driving it. Same thing. I know it says Newman, but I'm just saying it's Ross. Just going along with real life. So I don't know how long they've been green. I don't remember when the last restart was, but I can't imagine it'll be too much longer before we have what should be the second to last round of pit stops. And since these leaders, especially the guys out front, have had the least amount of drafting help, they'll probably be the first ones to come in to the pits, since they'll be the first ones to probably need fuel, since all the cars that are deep in the drafting pack aren't using as much fuel once they're in the slipstream. Let's go on board with Harvick. Yeah, I can't imagine it'll be too many more laps before they're coming in for the next round of pit stops. But on board's a little loud. Here comes Denny. Harvick's had a decent lead, but Denny's starting to climb back. Top 3 still so close, just staying in each other's draft. The 4, the 11, and the 17. Harvick. Can he close this out? Can the closer close out this race? Bowman's back there in 4th. He's just sitting there drafting with his teammate Chase Elliott, who's a lap down right now. Uh-oh, is that, that's not DiBenedetto, is it? Oh, there's DiBenedetto. He's holding up guys on the front stretch. Oh. He's not going to turn him, is he? I thought Priest was going to turn him there for a sec. Just following DiBenedetto, making sure he's not taking anyone out. Alright, everyone makes it past him. Alright, back to the leaders. Still, the next car that is at risk of going a lap down are Priest and Dillon, and they're both like still like 14, 15 seconds ahead of the leaders. So it's not going to be for a little bit yet before we see a next car go off the lead lap. First, second, third kind of just staying put right now. We got to have green flag pit stops coming up soon, I got to imagine. Oh, here's Chris Buscher making a move on Denny. But we've seen that far into these green flag runs, the bottom line kind of starts to lose its advantage. It's those taking the wide angle on the outer groove coming out of the turns is where you get the best run from. So if we once they start these green flag pit stops, Harvick's got to not mess up. It's got to be flawless in the pits. So who's all going to do what strategy once we start pitting here? And I'm assuming a few laps. Harvick's got to not make a mistake, not hit anyone in pit road. We've seen cars hit each other in pit road, and that causes people to DNF. Kevin Harvick catching Cole Custer, who is currently 3 laps down. Oh, here comes DiBenedetto. Oh, it's a big wad of lapped cars they're catching. It's a big wad of lappers. It's a gaggle of lappers, you could say. Oh, they're able to clear DiBenedetto on the inside. It let Hamlin kind of catch back up. Buscher is pretty far back. He's lost some ground. He's able to get by DiBenedetto cleanly for the most part, although he's basically out of the draft. But Denny is right on Harvick's bumper. Oh, they're catching the 51 coming out of the turn. Denny might try to get to the inside here. Nope, Harvick goes first. Trying to get past the lapper of Garrett Smithley. This is the battle for the lead right here. The 4 and the 11. We're still nowhere near close to having any more cars go off the lead lap. Currently got 18 cars on the lead lap, the last of which being either Priest or Ty Dillon. They're pretty close. They're running like side by side. Excuse me. Yeah, the 21 took out, or the 22 took out the 21 earlier in this race, and that's what's caused the 21 to be way off the pace. You got Buscher back there. He's should be in their draft, just barely. If he can do a couple decent turns here. As long as maybe if Harvick and Hamlin go side by side, that'll really let him catch back up. But Buscher was 67 hundredths of a second back last time. Was he this time? 83. Oh, he lost a little ground. Meanwhile, Denny and Harvick just so close together. Denny's got a decent run coming out of the turn. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to go inside, outside? He's going to try to go outside. On these old tires, that might actually work if he goes up top. Not quite. Harvick's able to keep the position. Here goes Denny down into one. Trying to peek under Harvick. Let's go on board with Harvick after we get done with this shot. Denny trying to peek to the outside again. I don't know if he's probably not going to be able to make that work. But that, him going to the outside is slowing him down a bit and letting Buscher catch his draft. Buscher's closing back in. He gained a 1/10 of a second that lap. On board with Denny as he tries to reel in the 4 car. Yeah, pit stop should be coming up any second now. So Harvick, this race is going to be won or lost for him in the pits. He's going to win or lose this race in the pits. He's been strong on track. He's been fast on track. He's been able to hold off second and third place. It's a matter of if he doesn't make any mistakes in the pits. Hamlin keeps trying that outside line. It's not really working. When are the pit stops going to be here? They got to be any second now. I don't know when they last... don't remember when the last restart was. I can't remember. But... should be coming up. I can't imagine any more than 5 or 10 laps before this next round of pit stops. Still super close between the top 3. Denny's tried a couple of times to get in front of Harvick, just quite unable to. Oh, speaking of pit stops, here comes Harvick. Here comes Harvick. This is going to be to his advantage, coming in first when the pit lane is empty. This is going to be to his advantage. So Hamlin takes over the lead with Harvick coming into the pits. Let's go back with Hamlin. Are Hamlin and Buscher going to pit this time by? I imagine they're going to. Hamlin is, Buscher isn't. So Buscher now picks up the lead. Hamlin into the pits. So it should have been a fairly empty pit road for Hamlin as well. Here comes Harvick out of the pits right now. There's Harvick leaving. Look at this giant group of cars right there. Oh man, that's going to be a caution. Oh, it's a bunch of lappers holding everyone up. Oh, this while they're trying to get down to the pits, this ain't going to end well. Here comes the 8, I think, slowing down for the pits. Yep, 32. Here comes the 48. No crazy cautions yet. Nope, no caution. No cautions yet. Here comes Larson out of the pits. Here comes Bowman, who was running 4th at the start of that cycle. There's the Benedetto. Let's see where Hamlin came out in relation to Harvick. Oh, there he is. There's Harvick. Harvick just passed him. So Harvick's able to maintain the lead in the pits. There's Bowman. He lost a lot of ground. And Hamlin's stuck behind these lappers. That's exactly what Harvick loves to see. Oh, Hamlin with a little bit of damage. He hits the 52 as the 52 comes out of the pits. That's going to hurt Hamlin. As we see the 95 and the 2 coming into the pits. Those should be some of the last cars coming into the pits. There goes Byron. He's had a really quiet day. I don't think we've called his name the entire race. There we go. That's the button I was looking for. Alright, so here's the battle between first and second. Harvick. And back here is Hamlin. Oh. There we go. There you can see the difference between first and second. You can see Harvick up there just getting past Blaney, and then you see Hamlin here coming out of the pits. Eric Jones is staying out, but he's pitting, I think, this time by. Hamlin's got a great run on Harvick. So he's got the draft of Blaney, and then Blaney's got the draft of Harvick. So Hamlin's still easily keeping up with Harvick. Hamlin needs to not check up here. He needs to get the run right on the inside. Here he goes. Perfect. So now can he reel in Harvick? We've got less than 100 to go, by the way. Less than 100 to go. This race is going by quick. And here's the battle between first and second. After pit stops, after the cycling through, there's basically no difference. It's like less than 0.2 of a second that separates first and second. You can see Buscher back there in third, but he's a couple seconds back. He lost a couple seconds on them in the pit stops. You can see they're coming up on some lap traffic. Look at the gap between first and second. It's about 1/10 of a second. Here comes Denny. Can he make a move for the lead? We can see up there, there's some lap cars going like 2-3 wide that they're quickly catching up on. Where's De Benedetto? Has De Benedetto retired yet? De Benedetto is still on the track. No additional DNF since the last time we checked. We've got less than 100 to go. About 95.5. Oh! Hold up. Was there a car just damaged? Or was I seeing that correctly? Was I seeing that correctly? Was there like a stopped car down the bottom? I thought, or was I just seeing things? I might have been just seeing things. Maybe I was seeing that tow truck. Alright, I'm dumb. Where is the leaders? Ooh. Big pack. Let's watch these guys as they're trying to get past the slow car into Benedetto. That might be a caution. We gotta be careful of this. So from 5th on back is at least 14 or 15 seconds. Jeez. So all those other cars desperately need a caution right around now. Which, if there's going to be a caution, keep your eye on the 21 car, because he'll most likely be the cause of it. Where's the leaders at? Here we go. Here's the battle for the lead. So 5th or 9th is in a little pack. They might be able to draft each other and be faster than Denny and Harvick. We'll see what their split time is this time by. 14. All those guys from 5th or 9th that stayed about the same that time. So they're not gaining or losing any ground on the leaders right now. They're going to need a caution. So they're going to need to pit at once more. They're going to need to pit like one more time from here to the end of the race. Harvick coming up on a slow car of Buscher. There are still 18 cars on the lead lap, but they're Priest. Not Buscher, Priest. Priest just went a lap down. Now there's 17 cars on the lead lap. And then Ty Dillon, they're catching up on, will be the next one. So there are currently 17 cars on the lead lap. See Ty Dillon up there. He's the last one on the lead lap. Coming up on another slow car. They are 90 to go, this time by 9-0. Excuse me. Got a tickle in my throat. No, I'm not coughing. No, I don't have the C word. The C virus. Right, Harvick. Denny right behind him. So they're just weaving their way through lap traffic. If anyone other than Denny or Harvick's going to have a chance of winning this race, there either needs to be a caution or one of those two guys needs to mess up in the pits the last time they have to pit coming up here. Here comes Harvick. Ooh, Brendan Poole with the block. Brendan Poole blocking. Brendan Poole is 1 lap down, about to go 2. Ty Dillon is no longer on the lead lap. They're coming up on a slow car of Keselowski. Keselowski way off the pace for some reason. I don't know what happened to Keselowski, but something minor happened to him where he's been a little bit off the pace ever since the beginning. Brendan Poole trying to stay on the lap he's on, trying not to go an additional lap down, but that's going to fall futile as Harvick is able to get his nose underneath him. Denny trying to navigate this lap traffic to keep pace with Harvick. Denny's still right there. 3rd place is 6 seconds back. We're lucky we got such a close battle for 1st and 2nd because everyone else is pretty spread out. Oh, I might have jinxed it. Get out of there, Brendan Poole. We need Denny to stay caught up. Denny's not able to clear these lap cars. That's letting Harvick start to pull away. There we go. If he gets the push from Ty there, that'll let him catch back up. He just needs to get clear of Brendan Poole. That's what's really slowing him down. Because he can't quite arc those turns all the way off the corner. There he goes. The draft with Harvick mixed with the push from Ty Dillon, that let him catch back up. Now we still got a battle for the lead. Meanwhile, the next closest car back is still Buscher, about 6 seconds back. Then it's like 11 seconds, 14, 15. They are way spread out from there on back. We've had, I believe, 3 cautions in this race. One of them was for a glitchy pit road entrance, and then the other 2 were just cautions as a result of the other cautions. DeBenedetto was stopped on the track, and everyone checked up, trying not to hit him, and caused a minor pile up. And then there was another wreck where Almirola lost his engine coming out of the quad oval, nailed the outside wall, and then he just got absolutely demolished, wrecked, T-boned by Timmy Hill, sent him airborne. And that has been the 3 cautions. A glitchy pit road entrance by John Hunter Nemechek. Matt DiBenedetto stopped on the track, causing a mini pileup when they were checked up trying to avoid him. And then Almirola blowing his engine and causing a little incident with a couple other cars. Yeah, when Almirola blew his engine, Austin Dillon ass-packed him, and then Timmy Hill came in like a few seconds later and just absolutely T-boned the hell out of him. What's up, Angela? Super Mario Coin Hunter, Cam Spinner. It's your boy Doggo, Deidre. Appreciate you all tuning in. Yeah, crazy battle for the lead we got going on right now. We are well past the 250 laps into this race, and it's still only 15 100ths of a second separating the top two cars. This time by, we're going to have 80 laps to go. 80 to go this time by as Denny starts to peek underneath. Harvick's just so fast. You can count on the closer closing out this race. So close between Harvick and Denny. There's Blaney they're coming up on. He's 3 laps down. He must have had something happen to him earlier. Tyler Redick, Joey Gase, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. are the last 3 cars. Are the 3 cars on the tail end of the lead lap. That's what I meant to say. I phrased that bad. So Denny, he's still right there. He's unable to catch him and make a pass, but he's still right there. Uh-oh, here comes DiBenedetto. Here comes DiBenedetto. The moving chicane right now, thanks to the ultimate ass packing he took earlier in this race from Joey. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, that was the worst place to catch him. Oh, Denny's gonna lose some ground here. Oh, Denny's gonna lose some ground big time. Yeah, he lost that spot to Brennan Poole. Or that position. That on-track position, not an actual position. But now Harvick's got a lapped car between him and second place. That's what Harvick loves to see. Denny desperately trying to get past Brennan Poole before he loses Harvick's draft. He's able to get underneath him there. Can he pass him cleanly going into 3 and 4? I don't know. It's just once you get decent amount into the green flag run, the tires lose their advantage on the inside, and the outside line kind of puts up a good fight for these cars trying to pass them on the inside. Meanwhile, Denny keeps having to check up because he's unable to cleanly get past Brennan Poole. That was the best thing Harvick could have happened to him, is getting that lap car between him and Denny. Now they're still in his draft, so unless the 15 really starts slowing down here, I don't know if he'll be able to pull away. And here comes Harvick catching some lap traffic of his own. Denny looking to the outside. That might actually be the move. I don't know. I think maybe this traffic that Harvick's catching is going to be Denny's only chance of catching back up. Because Denny looking to the inside, but he's just unable to get the run on the inside. Excuse me. Meanwhile, here's a big gaggle of lapped cars that Harvick's catching, so that might be... that's going to be in Denny's favor if Harvick can get held up by that. That might allow Denny to catch up. Denny's still trying to get past Brennan Poole. Excuse me. I swear I don't have the C word. I swear. Harvick still out front. He won the first simulation race we did here, the Atlanta race. Bowman won last week, currently sitting in 4th place. Can Harvick close out this race and make it 2 for 3 in the simulation series? Not to be confused with the NR Tuesday afternoon sim series. This is the NR 2003 NASCAR simulation series. There we go. The NASCAR Weekly Simulation Series. The NWSS. Not the TASS. So Harvick's still out front, but he is catching that big gaggle of lap traffic up front. Oh, Brennan Poole kind of sticking his nose underneath Harvick. If he can get side by side with Harvick, that's going to allow Denny to catch back up. Brennan Poole, how many laps down is he? He is 2 laps down. So he's trying to get back to being able to fight for the lucky dog. What's up, Mad, Caleb, Joshua? Glad to have you all in the chat. Appreciate you tuning in. How is Poole keeping up? That's a good question. He's probably on the same freshness of tires. He's been alright. He's only 2 laps down, so he's not terribly slow. And yeah, he's staying in the draft. He's got the draft of Harvick. He's got the push from Denny. Speaking of Denny, here Denny goes trying to finally, once and for all, get around Brennan Poole. But Brennan's still able to make that outside work. Well, Denny's finally able to get an okay run. This might be Denny's chance to get past Brennan Poole. If you can have the advantage on the bottom. Oh, Brennan's going to have the run on the outside. Denny has to check up. And them going side by side, that's exactly what Harvick loves to see. There we go. Harvick loves to see. Yeah, Brennan Poole trying to stay only a lap down by getting back in front of Harvick. Here's this big wad of like a half-dozen lapped cars that Harvick's quickly catching up on. Denny Hamlin's still trying to get past Brennan Poole. Denny can get a decent run coming out of the turn here. He just needs to be kind of clear of Brennan going into turn 1, but Denny just cannot get past Brennan Poole here. Getting the 15 between him and Denny is the best thing that could have happened to Harvick. And look at the gap Harvick's starting to build each lap. But Harvick's catching some lap traffic of his own that may or may not give him some issues once he catches them. As long as Denny's in the draft of Brennan and Brennan's in the draft of Harvick, Denny's still able to just stay there, but he's got to get past him like ASAP if he's going to have any chance of reeling down Harvick. It's just he's not able to make any moves on the outside line. Or on the inside line. Denny's got an okay run here. This might be Denny's chance if he can get down here. Oh. If Harvick... Oh. He's going to get past him cleanly here. If Denny can get down under DiBenedetto. There he goes. Oh, if he would have gotten stuck behind DiBenedetto there, that would have been game over for Denny. But Denny's still barely in Harvick's draft. He'll still be able to catch him. So it's basically a 2-car breakaway for the lead. Denny and Harvick. Everyone else is a lap down. Or not a lap down, just way off the pace, way far away. The only thing that's going to bring the field back together is a caution at this point. There are currently 16 cars on the lead lap. Currently, hey, we have a lot of the cars in this pack that Harvick's catching are currently on the lead lap, but at risk of going a lap down once they catch him. Yeah, this pack I'm talking about. Well, there's our Redick. Oh no, that's not Redick, is it? No, that's Custer. Yeah, they're catching Custer, who's like 4 or 5 laps down at this point. 4. Harvick able to get down to the inside, but that slows you down when you're on the inside and on the worn tires. Denny's right there. That little tandem of the lead lap cars is going to allow them to both get past Custer, but look at how close Denny is to Harvick right here. This is the battle for the lead. 274 laps into this race, and this is the battle for the lead right here. We have got less than 60 laps to go. Less than 60 laps to go. They just continue to take away. Oh, we got a slow car! The 52 with damage. He's trying to get down. Oh, is this going to be a caution? No. No caution? I don't think so. No caution. Brennan Poole got way slowed down, though. The 52 with engine problems, he's probably going to be out of the race. That was almost a caution right there. He's able to get out of the way, get down to the pits. That's probably going to be a DNF for the 52. Yep. He is out with a camshaft issue. Meanwhile, here's the battle for the lead. That was close. Brennan Poole almost hooked him as he was trying to get down to the pits. Can't believe how close this battle is for first and second. Still nearly 280 laps into this race. That was insanely close. Very close. What's up, Denny FedEx fan? Briston Thompson. If you guys haven't yet, I'd truly appreciate you clicking that like button. I've been streaming for nearly 3 hours. That's literally the first time I've asked this entire stream. So I definitely ain't one of those YouTubers that's constantly asking to lick that like button. Harvick and Denny still. They gotta be, sometime in probably the next 15, 20 laps, they got one more pit stop they gotta do. This race is gonna be won or lost for Harvick in the pits. If Denny does a normal pit stop, and if Harvick's is even just a second slower than Denny's, that could be the difference of the race. Because if Denny can get out, if he goes into the pits a half second behind Harvick, Harvick's is a second slower, and Denny can come out a half second ahead of Harvick, that might be the difference of the race. Oh, he's looking. He's looking. Side by side for the lead. Harvick's probably going to have the advantage, though, with the tires on the outside, although I don't know. Yep, it looks like Denny had to check up just a little bit there. Yep, Harvick has the advantage in the outside, but Denny's still down there. Harvick maintains the lead. When Harvick comes into pit, I'm assuming he's going to be the first one to pit. When he does, Hamlin better hope he's not right on his bumper. Because if Harvick comes into pit, slows down, and is right in front of Denny and slows Denny down a bunch, and Denny doesn't pit that time, that's basically Harvick's race. Because if Denny loses a bunch of ground and doesn't pit that time by, he's going to lose like 5 or 6 seconds to Harvick. So Denny better hope he's not right behind Harvick when Harvick's trying to pit, so he doesn't get slowed down a bunch. We are coming up on 50 laps to go. Currently 53 laps to go. That group of the next cars on the lead lap, like the 53 through the 32, I thought were closer than they were, but they've been able to stay in front of these leaders. They've been able to stay in front of the leaders. What's up, Eric? Appreciate you tuning in. Kyle Larson's having a decent race. He's just outside the top 5. He's battling to Jimmy for the top 5 spot right now. They're separated by only 0.2 of a second last time for that top 5 spot. Speaking of which, let's go check out that battle for the top 5. Where is it? It's Jimmy and Larson right here. The battle for the top 5. Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Larson. Alright, so that's that battle. Let's go back up here in case we don't want to miss any pit stops. We don't want to miss any pit stops. Sorry, I was just adjusting my chair. That's why the microphone sounded weird. So Chase Elliott fan on Twitch. Mark over on YouTube. Another double duty. Double platform viewer. You love to see it. What do you want, kitty? Oh, here comes DiBenedetto. That slowed down Harvick. Here comes Denny to the inside, taking advantage. Denny to the lead. Oh my goodness. Denny to the lead. Takes advantage of DiBenedetto, the slow car of DiBenedetto. Uses him as a pick. And Denny out in front. Major change of events. The moving chicane comes into play with the leaders. So now Harvick's the one that's got to try to get back to the lead. But he's got to run right here if he can get to the inside. But does he have fresher tires than Denny, or is he also going to struggle on the inside right here?
Hell yeah!
Oh!
Hell yeah!
Adam! With a gift sub to Chase Elliott fan. We love to see it. Thank you so much. Adam. Be sure to thank him, Chase Elliott fan. Meanwhile, they're side by side for the lead right here. Look at this. Side by side for the lead. Denny just barely that time. Harvick down to the inside, but the inside's been a little tricky on worn tires. Denny might get a run on the outside here. Harvick's not able to clear him yet. They're still side by side. Side by side for the lead. You love to see it. Still Denny. Can he get the run on the outside? Harvick's just about able to clear him. Harvick back to the lead. And he clears him. So nice little battle for the lead right there, thanks to Matt DiBenedetto slowing Harvick down. Harvick's got to be coming in for his final pit stop here in probably like 10 laps or so. When he does, Denny's got to make sure not to get slowed down by Harvick when Harvick comes into the pits. Because if Denny has to check up a bunch for Harvick, and Denny doesn't pit that time when he checks up a bunch, like that's going to like lose 5 or 6 seconds for Denny, and that's going to be race over for Denny. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead continues, rages on between Denny and Harvick. Got Alex Bowman that just recently passed Chris Buscher for 3rd place. You have Johnson and Kyle Larson still battling it out for that top 5 position. Chase Elliott fan, when you're a sub, you get that cool little Cody H Gaming badge next to your name. And you can also get access to the emotes. The Cody H Gaming emotes. Denny still right there, a 1/10 of a second back. We're nearly 300 laps into this race. The last caution was probably like 100 laps ago. So the last restart was like 100 laps ago. And that is still how close the battle is for the lead spot. There you go. Cody H Clown emote. It's a classic. I gotta convert the those other... Actually, no. I only have one emote available on Twitch right now. I think you need a certain amount of subs before you can unlock more emote slots. But I got 3 on YouTube. I'm currently I got 2 more in the works. I basically got 1 done, and then the other one should be really quick. So Hamlin and Harvick continues to be the battle. So Harvick, when will Harvick be coming in for his final pit stop? Because they cannot go to the end. It's been too long since they last pitted for them to be able to go to the end. So Denny, that's almost kind of good for him to have just a little bit of a gap between him and Harvick right here. Because if Harvick checks up to go down to the pits and he makes Denny check up a bunch, and Denny doesn't pit that time by, Denny's going to lose so much ground, it's basically going to be race over for him. When will Harvick come in for his final pit stop? Right here. Here he comes. And Denny stayed wide, so he didn't get slowed down at all. Final pit stops. Here we come. With 40 laps to go. So Harvick into the pits. See if he has any issues with his pit stop. Oops. There's pit lane 1. There we go. See Custer in the background. He is a few laps down. So any issues with Harvick? Nope, he has a nice clean stop. Now, if a caution comes out now, Harvick is screwed. Now, where's Denny at? I don't know if Denny's pitted yet. Denny's still not pitting. If a caution comes out now, Harvick is screwed. He'll be trapped a lap down. But Harvick's going to be gaining lots of ground on these cars that are on older tires. Where's Harvick at? Where is he at? There he is. So Denny, where's Denny? Is he pitting yet? Here he comes. Denny's coming into the pits. Here comes our leader. Denny comes into the pits with less than 40 laps to go. Where will he cycle out in relation to Harvick? Harvick came in first and he came in cleanly, so unless there's some sort of caution right now, I'm guessing. All right, here's Harvick. Then here's Denny. Off to his left sides. Alright, so Denny can't have any delays. Nope, he has none. Good stop for Denny, but he's got to beat Harvick out, who's coming right there. He's not going to do it. Denny's going to lose ground to Harvick. Harvick's going to come out front. Yep, there's Denny. There's Harvick. There's the battle for the lead. He's going to lose his draft, too. Unless Harvick gets majorly slowed up by some lap traffic, he's got this. Or a caution comes out. Unless either one of those things happen, I think Harvick's got this. Now everyone from second on back is just praying for a caution. Truex is in the lead. He's credited with the lead right now. He probably hasn't pitted yet. He's into the pits right now. Now next is the 34. Is the 34 pitted yet? No, here he comes. He just came out of the pits. So now the 34 just pitted and the 19 is in the pits. Harvick will be back to the lead. Yeah, it's a 2-second gap between first and second. Denny's got to make up a bunch of ground or hope that DiBenedetto holds up Harvick, or... that's... Christopher Bell holds up Harvick. That's good for Denny right now. Alright, Denny was 2.6 back. He gained 0.2 of a second. As long as Harvick's trapped behind Christopher Bell here, it's kind of slowing Harvick down a little bit. Oh, there he goes to the inside. Even with him being side by side, that's still going to slow him down. Alright, Denny was 2.4 seconds back last time. Where will he be this time? 2.4... 2.2 and a half, so he gained another 1/10 and a half that time. Harvick's kind of stuck in with all this lap traffic. He gets by DiBenedetto cleanly, though. If Hamlin can't get by DiBenedetto cleanly here, that's basically going to be game, set, match for Hamlin. Oh, he's going to catch him in the turn. Hamlin's done. Hamlin's done. He's going to catch him in the turn. It's race over for Hamlin. Unless a caution comes out, there's no way he's catching him under green. Look at Redick with the run. Let's go back to Harvick. There we go. Camera button, that's what I was looking for. There we go. There have been late race cautions before. Just last week, we thought Bubba had it won. And with like 12 laps to go, there was a late race caution, and that changed everything. And then Alex Bowman ended up winning. So you never know. There can always be a caution. Even though Harvick's like 3 seconds ahead right now, it's never over till the checkered flag waves. I mean, it's with DiBenedetto, just all those cars trying to catch that super slow car of DiBenedetto. You never know if he can bring out a caution. Alright, there's currently 13 cars on the lead lap. Corey LaJoie and Stenhouse here are going a lap down. Less than 30 laps to go. The 2020 O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 at Texas Motor Speedway. Yeah, Denny lost 0.3 of a second that lap. So now Stenhouse is the last car on the lead lap, trying to stay in front of Harvick. In the event of a caution coming out now, as long as the 47 stays in front of the 4, he'll stay on the lead lap. What's up, Donnie B? Donovan, thanks for tuning in. Hope everyone's having a great afternoon. Hopefully you all enjoyed that iRacing race earlier. You're enjoying this. Trying to fill the void, give you guys some racing action. Harvick to the inside of Stenhouse. Puts another car lap down. There's 12 cars on the lead lap now. Truex is the last car in the lead lap, as it stands. The only way Denny's can have a chance is if a caution comes out, mainly with DiBenedetto. There's DiBenedetto, speak of the devil. And he's just staying up high. Everyone's able to get around him cleanly. Harvick right on the bumper of Garrett Smithley. You better be careful as to not cause a caution. It's the last thing Harvick wants to see right now is a caution. What's up? Sean Fry. Caleb, Deidre. So we had the closest battle ever going on for a while there, but then they got separated through the pit cycle, did Hamlin and Harvick. Ooh, Harvick catches Keselowski. That slows him up a little bit. 25 laps to go. DiBenedetto was ass-packed under caution by Joey Logano. And he's been way off the pace ever since. It's currently, yeah, 16 laps down. So Harvick continues to lead the field. The only thing going to stop him from victory is going to be a caution. I don't think Denny's going to catch him under green. Less than 25 laps to go, 4 seconds back. I think this is Truex's race to win. Did I say Truex? I meant Harvick. I meant Harvick. You know what I meant. My brain gets scrambled when I've been streaming this freaking long. I'm not going to do a backwards big one at the end of this stream. I'm just going to end it. If you guys want your fix of backwards big ones, I streamed the other night. Did a bunch of crashes, so be sure to go check that out. Ice low, there have been a few cautions. I think 3. Yeah, the first one was for a weird entrance into pit road. It was like on lap 120-something. John Hunter Nemechek came flying onto pit road from like the track from the quad oval. That brought out a caution for whatever reason. Second caution was De Benedetto. That first caution is when De Benedetto got ass-packed by Logano when Logano was trying to get a lap back or catch the field. So then, De Benedetto having all that damage, he was stopped on the track, like coming out of 3 and 4. That caused a little mini pileup coming out of 3 and 4 as everyone was checking up. That was the second caution. And the third caution was Almirola blew a motor coming past the start-finish line, hit the outside wall, and then was collected by Austin Dillon and Timmy Hill. Those are the 3 cautions for today. Meanwhile, Harvick leading the field around to 20 laps to go. The only thing going to stop Harvick from winning this race is going to be a caution, or Matt De Benedetto getting in his way. This is NR2003 Supreme Junk. This is basically the prequel to iRacing. When Papyrus got bought out by EA Sports, and EA Sports bought the rights to the NASCAR licensing back in 2003, 4, whenever it was. Papyrus closed up shop, and then they took up the coding of what was NR2003, and took that coding and basically turned that into the early stages of iRacing. Oh, Kingster! Thank you so much for the $2, Kingster Cole. What alert shall we get this time? You hit me under yellow. Oh, Harvick's catching De Benedetto in the turn. That's not going to be good. He goes high. Oh, he is forced up high. Oh. Depending on how long he's stuck up top here. Oh, that's allowing Denny to catch up. Oh, that's allowing Denny to catch up. He's still stuck behind him. As long as these cars keep passing him on the inside, he can't get down to the inside to pass him. Oh! Oh, don't turn him! Harvick's just stuck behind De Benedetto. That's allowing Denny to catch up. Here comes Denny! Here comes Denny! Oh! Alright, so De Benedetto instantly closed up the battle for the lead. Thank you, Dibby. Doing us all a favor, making sure no one pulls away for the lead. We have an exciting race. Hamlin's right back there. Hamlin had a chance to go around the outside. Instead, he kind of got trapped behind De Benedetto the same way Harvick was. And here comes Hamlin. Unlike before, they kind of got fresh tires, so the inside line might be the advantage here. Oh, Hamlin. What kind of run are you going to have? If he can stay to the inside of Harvick here, going down into 3 and 4. Oh, Harvick's just able to clear him. If he can be to the inside going into 3 and 4, I think that might be the advantage. He can't really get an advantage on the inside in 1 and 2 for whatever reason. That's like backwards how it is in real life. Oh! Kingster Cole with 420. Thank you so much. Kingster, you love to see it. Hurry up, you dumbasses. Here we go, Denny side by side going into 3. If he can clear Harvick here. If he can clear Harvick. He clears him, Denny to the lead. The closer gets held up by Matt DiBenedetto in the closing laps and allows Denny Hamlin to pass him in the next couple laps. Thank you so much, Kingster, for the 420 again. God, we've had a crazy battle for basically the last like 100 laps under green between Denny and Harvick for the lead. Chris Buscher is 3rd. Johnson is 4th, and it's currently Alex Bowman in 5th. Kyle Larson is back a little bit from 5th place. We got 13 laps to go. Denny with the clutch pass in the closing laps on Harvick after Harvick gets held up by the super slow lapped car of DiBenedetto. But speaking of super slow lapped cars, Keselowski's been off the pace a lot of this race, and they're coming up on him. Hamlin needs to try to get to Keselowski before they get to the turn, otherwise that's going to slow him up. That's going to slow him up. Harvick might go around the outside here. Actually, nope, they're able to... They don't catch him before the turn. Keselowski's going to get held up on the bottom here, or is he? It's going to be a matter of how good these cars can navigate the lap traffic. Alright, Hamlin makes it past Keselowski cleanly. Now they're coming up on Garrett Smithley in the 51. That is actually quicker than I thought he was going to be. Going to catch him coming right out of the turn, it looks like. If Hamlin can get low right here. Able to complete the pass. Still got Harvick nipping on his heels. 10 laps to go. He needs to clear the 51. He does. Less than 10 laps to go. Crazy battle between Harvick and Denny Hamlin. They're going to have to pass DiBenedetto at least one more time, keep in mind. We got a super slow car in the track right now, and DiBenedetto, he is way off the pace after getting ass-packed under caution by Joey Logano in the first caution of the race. Ever since he's been way off the pace, they're going to have to pass him at least one more time. Meanwhile, you got 9 laps to go between Harvick and Denny. Harvick is right on Denny's heels. I can't believe we've been green for like well over 100 laps, and this is still how close the battle for the lead is. Here's Harvick peeking. He's peeking. Not quite. Denny's still able to hold on to the inside, just barely. Just barely. Harvick was super close to getting to the inside there, but Denny able to maintain the bottom. Denny's just guarding the bottom at all costs right now. He is guarding the bottom at all costs. Coming to 7 laps to go. This is the battle for the lead right here, the 11 and the 4. We don't have to pit anymore. They are racing to the end. They got pit stops about 30 laps ago, so they're on like about medium worn tires. Not completely worn, not completely fresh. It's a 6.5 laps to go. They're going to have to pass DiBenedetto at least one more time. There's DiBenedetto coming out of 3 and 4. They got a bunch of lap traffic they are catching. They're going to have a gauntlet of lap cars they're going to have to navigate through before this race is over. But for now, it's just between the two of them. 6 to go. Get an aerial view of this battle and the runs they're able to get coming out of the turns. Denny builds a little bit of a gap right there. He's got about a car length now. Denny able to pull away Just ever so slightly coming out of turn 2. Oh, they're catching De Benedetto here. Denny can get low. They're able to clear De Benedetto. That should be their last time catching De Benedetto. It should just be regular, just normal slow-lapped cars, not ridiculously slow like Matt D. So Hamlin, he's kind of stuck behind Christopher Bell right now. Yeah, that should be their last time catching Matt De Benedetto. He moves Christopher Bell up. 4 laps to go for Denny Hamlin. 4 laps to go. Meanwhile, they just have a gauntlet of lap traffic they have to navigate through. They are side-by-side lap traffic, 2x2 up in front of them. How are they going to handle that once they catch them? They got the slow car of Cole Custer coming up. Denny should catch him on the front stretch. If Denny doesn't catch him on the front stretch, oh, nope. He's gonna get caught up behind him going into turn 1. Bunch of lap traffic they have to navigate. The win is gonna come down to who can navigate this lap traffic the best. Denny able to get... Oh, nope, he has to check up. Harvick catches up. 2 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway for the 2020 O'Reilly Auto Parts 500. Denny's desperately trying to get past this lap traffic. He's got Harvick all over his rear bumper. Who can get down to the bottom here first coming out of the turn? It's going to be Denny or Harvick. Denny is able to get down to the bottom. Harvick's there on the outside. Can Harvick do anything on the outside? Always. He gets caught up by Cole Custer, but Harvick's going to have a big run here. What can Harvick do? Can Harvick get underneath Denny here before Denny can get underneath the 53? Final lap here at Texas Motor Speedway. Denny and Harvick. Harvick won the Atlanta simulation race we did 2 weeks ago. Bowman won last week. Here comes Harvick on the backstretch to the bottom. Joey Gase in the way, the slow car. Denny Hamlin trying to get past him. Who will... Oh! Joey Gase is slow! He's slow in front of Harvick, and that gives the win to Denny. That gives the win to Denny. Joey Gase comes into the pits on the backstretch on the last lap, right in front of Harvick as Harvick is making a move for the lead. Oh my goodness, Harvick has to be devastated. So each time for the first 3 races we've done for this NR2003 weekly simulations series, we've had 3 different winners for the 3 races. What a final lap. What a final lap. We gotta go back and watch that again. Harvick just looked like he was making a move for the win. Just when it looked like he was in position to make the ultimate last lap pass, the clutch closer last lap pass. Oops, hold on. The 53 slows up in front of him and has to go down to the pits and just ruins his run. So 3 simulation races, an NR, 3 different winners. So right here it looked like he's possibly going to have a run to the inside of Denny. Oh my goodness. Denny goes to the outside, and Harvick gets caught up. I can't believe that. Then Denny comes around to check the checkered flag here at Texas Motor Speedway. Checkered flag in the air. What a finish. What a finish. Man, be sure to like that video. Sure to like this stream if you enjoyed that finish. So Harvick was dominating a lot of the race. Logano was dominating the early part of the race before he ass-packed his JGR-affiliated teammate. No, excuse me. Penske-affiliated teammate under caution. Then Bowman was out front for a while. Who else? Buscher was out front for a while. Harvick dominating the majority of the end of the race. Looked like he was going to win. With about 15 or so to go, gets held up by the super slow car of Matt DiBenedetto. Hamlin passes for the lead. Harvick's right on his bumper, basically for the remainder of the race. The final lap on the backstretch, Harvick pulls to the inside, looks like he's got to run to take the lead. The lapped car that's in front of him, that was the peg for Denny Hamlin, all of a sudden gets out of Hamlin's way, slows down to the inside, goes to the pits, and blocks Harvick's run. What a turn of events in those last 15-20 laps. Oh my goodness. Thank you everyone so much for watching. We're going to give a shout out to all our supporters here and then head on out. First and foremost, thanks to our weekly, week in, week out, stream in, stream out supporters that help support this channel over on Patreon. Those being Adria Fitzy, Jay Barker, Drive Through, Kingster Cole, Tanglewolf09, and Bloxysaurus Rex. Thanks so much to our YouTube members, Tanglewolf09, Bloxysaurus Rex, Spider-Man Fan, and Kingster Cole. Thanks to all those of you doing double duty, supporting on both platforms. We got some shout outs and thanks for super chats to give out before we head out here. Kingster Cole, first off, 420. Thank you so much, Kingster. $2, another $2, another $2, and then he freaking donates 69 before the stream was even started. Jeez, Kingster, you're out of control. But I love you. I appreciate the support and the generosity. You have my undying gratitude. You will forever be the MVP of this channel. And he's at it again.
So you don't have to look back there that much. Plus, with these giant-ass scores, they can't really see much anyway, so...
Thanks for that giant-ass super chat, Kingster. Thank you so much, man. What a stream this has been. What a race. What a finish. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be back doing this again next week. You guys seem to love these videos. They're exciting, kind of giving us a little mini source of entertainment. Something to fill the void while we're waiting for regular racing to get back. Resumed again. Cam Spinner, Random, Steve, Trop, Jacob, Grey Duck, Deidre, Doggo, my boy Adam, Cheese Nuggets, VCM. Appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. We're going to cue the outro music here. Should be streaming tomorrow. Don't know what yet, but I'm trying to stream as much as I can, so I should be streaming tomorrow. That's about it. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. Truly appreciate the love and support from each and every one of you. Hope to catch you next time. Till then, hope you have a great rest of your night. Peace.